Hi everyone, how is it going? We will read 2 more Masters Travels. Hey Nasum King, how you doing? But also before we do that, since I will not pull anymore on the banner, I've decided, even if it pains me. I feel like I'm so close to a pity that that banner was not good for me actually too. Is it even this? It's here somewhere. Yippee. We will get a shoe. I love my shoes.
미엔에게 이미 들었겠지만 난 슈라고 해. 오빠랑 언니 그리고 2 여동생이 있는 이곳에 오니 왠지 집에 돌아온 듯한 기분이 드네. 그나저나 정말 신기한 걸.
I'm sure you're cool.
널 찾아와서 귀찮게 하진 않은 거야?
She keeps yapping. Okay. Right. That was nice. This was not a good banner for me. I got so many just off banner tubes, which was insane. Actually, we might as well just build her. It's not like I'm gonna use her today. Don't question it. I want to build. But yeah. What the Masters Travels? Those asses go to the nursery or something. But yeah, like yesterday I finished chapter 15, which was peak. So I did start playing Masters Travels. Thank you. But it... Okay, with you I don't know when you stop yapping. We can level you up again. Oh yeah, this is... But yeah, I did like the first stage basically of reading. Okay, this is where I probably do not have enough stuff. Then we do the rest some other time, aka I'll do it whenever. Yeah, also, hi, Lilia. But I must say, this is probably the most confusing story for me so far, for sure. Like, why the hell can Lemon just walk? My Nian isn't coming home. Yeah, it is rough. It is rough, but I'm sorry to hear that. So yeah, we have seen actual exploding stuff and bonding more explosives. And I guess Lemon is gonna stop her, and then they're just gonna fight to death or something. Yeah, I guess I figured they would just focus a lot more of what the hell the consequences were of Priestess of Witcham shenanigans to the server. And I guess everybody being a okay, probably not everyone. Firearms Workshop via Parkus Faber. But instead, we're gonna just celebrate the birth of children or something. Hello? Anybody home? Sculptors of Saiyans line the walls of the small workshop, acting as makeshift display shelves, exhibiting guns to would-be customers in possible arrangements. Whenever you just need a quick shotgun. But Amos does not see a single customer. No one stops at the door to the workshop, except for himself. His first feeling is that the whole place seems cold and cheerless. Not even the proprietor is present. Gazing on the dim light cast up in the sculptures, his second feeling is one of eeriness. Senor Pancinini, are you in? Why would a gunsmith have such an absurd name? You cannot make fun of this man's name. It's great. It's almost like panini. And who doesn't love some paninis? Amos looks around, then bumps into something. Owlman. He looks around and finds himself staring into a pair of massive, luminous eyes that peer straight at him from the shadows. I think this is basically the first, full owl kinda person I see, for sure. Who are you, barging into my place like this? Let me put my glasses on. Not a real owl needs glasses. Those are cool glasses, though. A functionary? Sorry. I was taking a nap because there's been no business lately. I wasn't expecting an official visit. How do their statues work? Are they just originally empowered all the time to have flying halos? That's a very important question for myself. Or do they... Well, it doesn't even look like they're hanged up or anything like that. I'm Cardinal 8 Amos. I came to see that the handover of this firearms workshop is in order. And you are? I'm Pacini, the guy with the absurd name. Yes, better ears than eyes. Wait, you're Liberi? I look like a sancta to you? You don't know what you're hiding under that hat. Sorry, what I meant is, I've never seen a Liberi in this line of work. After all, only sancta use patron firearms. But the problem with it? Yeah, sorry, man is racist, okay? Chefs don't necessarily eat their own cooking. I can't use the weapons I make. That's all. You need my gunsmith's license. I must have made close to 1,000 patron firearms for the people of La Tavano, if not more. Maybe even yours. This is some real premium work. Well above my craftsmanship, that's for sure. Not that it matters anymore. I'm about to close up shop. All recent orders have been cancelled. Notorious Hall can have this last batch of guns. You're already prepared? I thought that would be trouble. Thought I would give you a hard time. That's all what I meant. That Registrar indicates that this workshop has been around for a century. As the Liberae who has chosen to make pattern firearms for the Sancta, must hold incredible significance to you. See fit. Anyone could tell that gunsmiths have become a dying breed these last few years. We've all been waiting for the day to come. But wouldn't they still need the gunsmiths? I mean, doesn't every Sancta basically need a gun? Or how does it then work? If you're asking whether I like it or not, no, of course I don't like it. You want to hear about the insomnia I've had lately? Man, ironic. I can arrange a confessional for you if you wish. The 7th Tribunal will cover the cost. Yippee, free healthcare. Anyone here needs a confession, it's you. This old man said to retire, but my apprentice, Vanini, she hasn't even had the chance to make her own pattern firearm. If all the firearms workshops are gone, we'll be responsible for her future. Of course. Closing the firearms workshops is part of a process to make the firearms manufacturing more standardized and efficient. Gunsmiths like you and your apprentice remain valuable talent. So what, do we have like only gun factories now? It feels strange, isn't a pattern firearm something super personal for the Sanctas? I will pass this on to the 6th Tribunal, which is responsible for civil matters. The apprentice Vanini should receive a recommendation to the Shrine of Gunsmithing in Parcus Mecalion, which is almost complete. Shrine of Gunsmithing, huh? I hope they are that confident when they actually start smithing guns. I have faith in Lateranos. Yeah. I've heard it too many times. We have no objection. I would like to ask you to sign these papers. I mean, it's not like he can decline, right? Effective immediately, this workshop will cease operation. Tutorial Hall handling follow-up matters. Pleasant day to you, senor. See yourself out. Let's go, Maxu. Bacchus Faber, via Bacchus. How familiar. This is the place. You've never seen that red before. Has the connection been established? I think so. We've been waiting for 2 days on the outskirts. Want to go out and get some fresh air. These Laterans invited us onto this mobile abbey while we were wandering in the wilderness. Then made us wait like this once we got to Laterano. I apologize for keeping you waiting. 12 other nomadic abbeys have reached Laterano in addition to the busy schedule of the Summit of Nations. We beg your understanding. Tutorial Hall has prepared temporary accommodations in Parcus Ambrosius. Once you settle down, the 6th Tribunal will help you with your registration and social welfare. I honestly, I'm amazed that there's even one country on terrorist social welfare. Sister? Do you mean the outsiders like us will get to stay in Laterano? From the 2nd Summit of Nations, Laterano's doors will be open to all races. Huh. I mean, hey, that is some progress, I guess. We're not racist against anybody other, anything else than Sancta here anymore then. We shall find a home in the city. Hey, Extra, are you alright? I find a doctor. No! You can't let the Sancta find out. Not yet. Please let me through. Don't worry about it, sister. You can take care of this. You're busy, aren't you? Are you pregnant, Sarkas? The people didn't stop the Sarkas from entering the Abbey. You're gonna make it a problem now. She's just as concerned about a child. You want me to go? I'll go. I don't need help from the Sancta. You won't lay a hand on me or my baby. Misunderstand. I saw that we have no directive for accommodating pregnant mothers in their standard operating procedures, and thus Sister Angie is not sure what to do. Allow me to bring her to the Shrine of Nurtury, Sister Angie. Shrine of Nurture is not yet open to the public. This is against regulations. Regulations. Besides, what are you doing here? Oh. That is a fancy outfit. Our Lord has guided me to where I should be. Must have some flexibility. Or you have the build to be flexible. Imagine what kind of yoga she can do. The Shrine of Nurtury cannot ignore an ailing mother. Yes, Matriarch. I'm Kath, Matriarch of the Shrine of Nurtury. Simply put, I am its caretaker. The woman with golden hair turns slowly toward the Sakas. Her voice is soft, yet crystal clear, seemingly carefully probing. Saka sees two black horns in the woman's head, and turns her gaze to the woman's eyes. She sees an empty void underneath the interested patterns of the eye patch. What are you, Sakas, Sancta? Blind too? Sakas, Sancta. You have no need of these words of distinction. We are all the same in this blessed paradise. You and I, we are alike. Like you, I'm nurturing lives that I treasure. You think she just goes everywhere with having a church core tossed in her back? My lack of sight does not prevent me from perceiving you and the new life you carry. Anxiety and joy that it brings you. We Sakas don't talk this way. You're Sancta, a strange Sancta with children. You raise your children in that shrine of something? What kind of place is it? The Shrine of Nurtury. A new life is born and nurtured. I stand in its shadow. A shrine for giving birth? Birth is sacred. Each new birth is a continuation of the Lateran faith. Only in this way we may shape the future. I don't understand. But see, they need to get them young, so they can also just join the faith. Long have you wandered the wilderness. You have not enjoyed the care that the mother should. You are weak. So is your child. Are you sure you want to leave the holy city that is so near, return to the wilderness at a time like this? Yeah, you would be a horrible mother. Anyways, come with me. Your name is Extra, madame? You don't like it? I understand the difficulties facing the Sakas. Many Sakas' mothers name their children Extra. Man, seeing them as nothing more than a little extra in their lives. This name's got nothing to do with my mom. I took it myself after I got pregnant. Who's to say who's the extra? You got a problem? You treasure your bonds with your child. You're proud of having this little extra in your life. You want everyone to know. This is a wonderful, noble sentiment, madame. It should not be tainted by racism or hatred. I know what you fear. All people here in this abbey, Sancta, Feline, Covanta, Lupo, and Vulpo alike bear witness. The summit of nations is underway. Countless outlanders from all nations have flocked to Laterano. Laterano would not be foolish enough to harm a pregnant mother with all this attention. Imagine the newspaper lines. Others. You have my word. Alright. Thank you for your understanding. Let us welcome the birth of a new life together in Laterano. We'll bridge a gulf and bring new meaning. This birth will be a great achievement. Okay, what the fuck kind of fucked up shit are they gonna do in the Shrine of Nursery? I feel like that's gonna be the core subject here, isn't it? With how much it is the focus. Surely it will all go well and everybody will just get empathy or something, right? This is why I've come. Our Lord has guided me to where I should be. Welcome to Laterano. You're needed here. All of you. Whatever it is you're after, I'm sure I can't help you. Hi, Musty. How are you doing? I haven't said anything yet. Right, Senora Sancta. What do you want? You need your Guardian gun fixed. I want some custom ammo. Go out the door and turn left. You might just find one of the last firearms workshops in Parkus McCallion that hasn't shut down yet. You can get there before the functionaries. I'm good, extremely productive today. Let's fucking go. I feel like I'm extremely unproductive and was kinda so tired. I am still so tired. I'm kinda exhausted. But hey, good job. Did you work more on your video? Also, good luck on your weight. I mean, I figured since I saw like this morning that they already were like 6 people, I did not need to rush my day. Not like I had energy today. I signed the handover documents from the 7th Tribunal 10 minutes ago. I'd be violating the law if I did anything with this stuff now. Yeah, but nobody will notice. What if I said I wanted to make an explosion that would shake this city? Not interested. Come on, your Master Pack. The king of gunsmiths. I'm not sure I like it. It's just very close to packing, okay? If anyone would want to see an explosion, it's you. Don't butter me up with the title you just made up on the spot. I know what you're afraid of, Master Pack. All I need is a little help. Lend me some equipment, some of the expert knowledge. Help me figure out what's going on in Laterano. Yes, there's too many babies. I'm really anxious about all this. My boss always says nothing gets in the way of Penguin Logistics completing our mission. Or the after party. I don't need to do anything. That way, you won't be violating the law, right? Get your Guardian gun away from my collection, Sancta. Okay, now it's the robbery. Don't you like packing? Depends. Am I doing the packing or am I getting packed? This is very important. Besides, I know this gun. I made the damn thing. Recognize it, don't you? And you also know how powerful it is. I got Dr. Paola to make a new pair of glasses. Okay, it's probably the apprentice, right? I got Dr. Paola to make a new pair of glasses for you, Magister. She admonished me to no end. She says it's a punishment to keep wearing those antiques of yours. Come on, they're so stylish. Here, try them on. Oh, she's cute. Man, okay. If she keeps staying alive to all of this, then I want her as a playable character in the future. I do like her design. It's, you know, those eyes, man. I do like it. Who's this? What's going on, Magister Paccianini? I can also not pronounce his name, man. Maybe he is Master Pack. Hey, if it isn't a quiet little girl, look how fluently you can get now. What was her name again? Vanheim? Vanessa? Oh, I know. Vanini! See, we still got our teamwork. Remember now, you are Al. You came to pick up your first pattern firearm. Magister Pacini never lets me bother the customers when they come to the shop. But it was such a ruckus outside that day, I couldn't help but peek. Magister Pacini found me out, though. I don't remember much else because I was so scared he was going to yell at me. Sorry. Oh, so that's why? You were afraid. Weird. I thought you looked happy. Thanks to here today, Al. Rani. The 7th Tribunal came today. My workshop is... I'm not officially gunsmith yet. I don't actually work for the shop. Man, I feel like the apprentices kinda get a bad deal in that case. You know, you would kinda assume you're still getting paid and they're working, no? It's not against the law, strictly speaking. Can I help this customer, Magister? Okay, here's all of our gunpowder. I mean, actually don't even have gunpowder, right? What kind of explosive things would Exo actually like buy from a store like this? Gotcha, Senor Nurturer. Where did you go? Omya said you were hiding from us. Is that true? So, at some point I will just understand why Anden is here, right? Of course not. Then let's play Halo. But Anden is very busy. How about you guys play with me? Yeah, Eminence. I have some private matters to attend to. I'll be back soon. No need to be nervous. I have your leave request on file. What I really should ask is, what are you doing here with the children when you're supposed to be on leave? He just really wants to play Halo, okay? I thought I had enough time for one round of Halo, exactly. He needs to show off his, like, quickscope skills. And then? Did you think the children would let you go so easily? I'll think of something. I've heard you're completely incapable of saying no to the children. Who could ever imagine that the first nurturer the Matriarch nurtured, one whose diligence and piety are beyond question, was once a criminal who violated the law? I'm only attending the family gathering of a friend. Not seen in a long time, Your Eminence. I told you, no need to be nervous. I'm not worried about you burning La Tavano while blowing a balloon or baking a cake. I'm just curious. Why is there such a stark difference between how the Matriarch sees you and your profile in the Courier's records? Matriarch has never overlooked or denied my sins, Your Eminence. He simply places more importance on my understanding with her. It was before she became Matriarch. Our paths crossed by sheer chance, but I was taking refuge from the catastrophe in an abandoned nomadic abbey. How many nomadic abbeys do they actually have? It sounds like there's like so many just wandering around, right? Matriarch may be blind, but your sense of hearing is impeccable. She caught a faint cry coming from the basement in the midst of the deafening roar of a Witchdom dashing against the distant mountains. A mother, lying in a pool of blood in the shadows on death's door. She attempted to intimidate the Matriarch and protect her own child. All she managed was an expression of great pain. The mother you and the Matriarch first brought to the Holy City? Injuries were such that even the most determined physician would have given up hope. What made you think she would live? I didn't. Didn't even think she would last the night. But the Matriarch had faith in a miracle, as though it was an inevitability. Matriarch wanted me to believe too. Believe that the poor mother would find salvation thanks to us. And she did, at first without medical training. All I could do was empathize and be by her side, caring for her in what ways I could. After all this time, I'm not sure how I feel about Valif. She does not have a trustworthy aura at all. That's my opinion on her. He lingered in a stranded abbey for 3 months, for the sake of a miracle? But Havano needs a miracle. Then you're much more rational than I thought. Both of you. Perhaps I should see you in a different light. Certainly. If it convinces the Courier to offer greater support for the Shrine of Nurtury. So rational, it's almost boring. She does not have armor. Exactly. Hurry along now, Nurturer and him. At the very least, I hope to see the nativity through without a hitch. He has a lot of armor, but also he shot the lemon or something. So he's a bad man, and he should not be just basically caring for 500 children or something like that. That soundtrack was still such a banger. Levin has a massive amount of aura for sure. I respect every woman in a wheelchair. Madame Extra, you must take your nutrition. Take your hemo bars. I said I don't want it. Which Lateran has the most aura? I mean, clearly FedEx. I might be biased. But, I mean, look at that man. If you have specific diet requirements, we can make efforts to accommodate them. Beep. You think I'm a picky eater? But, yes. You have bets on food, and your leader, that Matriarch, said you wouldn't do anything to me. But I just don't feel comfortable. I mean, honestly, I'm a bit weirded out by this whole and imaginary here. This just feels off, not gonna lie. In the wilderness, I know what can kill me. I know what I need to do to give birth to this baby. Where to hunt, how to keep warm, how to block off the entrance to my cave. And with that, I don't have to worry about myself or my baby. But here, civilization, society, that's awful. Get out. Take the food with you. I didn't touch it. I'm sure there are people who need it more in this place. Reverend Gun Knight Patterson? Yes, the Matriarch was looking for me. She's inside. A minute, please. Matriarch has been tending to the pregnant Sarkasuan, who arrived in poor shape. It's been an hour. She hasn't come out yet. Sorry, she's eaten. I don't want to speculate, but the prejudices of the past have made it difficult for many Sarkas to accept our kindness. I mean, kinda did sound very rough between your two races. Matriarch has no weapons on her. I worry that I'll check on her. I mean, do you really want to send in a gun knight to check on, though? That seems like also just saying, yeah, sorry, we don't trust you. The gun knight Patterson has served Laterano for many decades. He did not sever any Laterans yet. He has forgiven many Sarkas and slaughtered many more. But he has severed the Sarkas, it makes all sense. He has heard the Sarkas curse and fury cry out in pain, war and hatred, even plead in despair. But he has never heard them pray. And yet, the pregnant Sarkas now kneels before a holy statue, hands clasped together, stumbling over the unfamiliar words of liturgy. Matriarch stands behind her, head bowed in prayer as well, hair bathing in the warm glow. When the Sarkas slips over a sentence, the Matriarch waits for her. You have thoughts on Via's grandfather? Not that much yet, to be honest. I feel like right now I'm really neutral on him, not gonna lie. I guess I will see still more of him. All mortals desire peace and happiness, and fear hardship and sorrow. Also, that was the Matriarch. Therefore, we stand together in prayer, regardless of race. Matriarch, the Sarkas. I mean, he does look cool. The armor is cool, but that's not really him, is it? She has only just left behind the restless life of a wanderer. Now that she has experienced idleness for the first time in her life, all the worries she has never had time to ponder have rushed to the surface. She simply needs to learn to comfort herself. They taught her how to pray. Only recited a few verses together. Let's go somewhere where we won't disturb her. Why have you called me here today, Matriarch? We have too many children actually here. It's time to use your gun. I wanted to talk with you, to ease your troubles. But it seems like words may not be so necessary now. Troubles? I'm not troubled. You're not troubled. Or do you dare not be troubled? Man really is still reliant on this job, okay? He could not survive on pension alone. Everyone at Havana knows that our ancient order was established in response to the prophesied calamity. I guess it makes sense. As calamity descends, our order is stretched to its limit. But no one can predict what will become of Laterano one day. I cannot imagine it, but I have faith it will be beautiful. You have given too much for it. The granddaughter you never have time to be with. Old friend whose name you've forgotten. And other old friends you've exiled as guardian of order. Deny Laterano's future, deny everything that you have given and sacrificed for it. Is to deny yourself. Have no fear. A sliver of that future has already revealed itself to you. If the faith of Laterano can bring comfort even to the faithless, if Sarkas can pray side by side with Sancta, then we can take over the world. Everybody will praise our Lord and Savior. Then our order shall open its arms to all. There will be no barriers, no one left behind, no unwilling partings. No one left behind. What is this, the American school system? Sounds like you're describing a dream. And we are not about to lift the veil that separates dream from reality before the eyes of all. Man. Is this gonna be the kind of story where, like, half of it is gonna be at the end, it was all just a dream? Is that why Lemon can walk? Miracle will befall this land when everyone believes that even the most fantastical dream can become reality. Creativity must go off without a hitch, Patwison. I'll do my best, Matriarch. Hi, Fast Ranger, how you doing? You're blocking the screen, holy debt collector. You're the one who decided to sit that far back. Not that you're missing anything if I block a few scenes. It's just 8-armed chainsaw guy after all. Okay, what do you mean it's just 8-armed chainsaw guy? Come on, like, that sounds amazing. Like, imagine Chainsaw Man with just 8 arms. And stop quoting random lines from the movie. You're not on a mission or on a briefing. You're in my house. I kind of like that name. Maybe you can use it as your code name for your next mission. Not you too, Lemon. You two can work together when it comes to making up better code names. How's life as a cardinal, Lemon? Keeping busy? Nah, I just need to arrest some people. What ways is behavior like my crimes? Your crimes also just murdering Sanctus. I mean, he honestly, he does look a bit scary, but I guess he is a good man. Faster than when I was in a wheelchair. So you gotta explain. I mean, I guess you could also have just healed at this point, right? I mean, I guess that makes some sense. When was it that you got out of it for good anyway? I don't remember. But like, if she's fully healed, why is she like why is her character then still using a wheelchair? I don't get it. You don't really care much about me, do you? I'm so sad, and the only thing that can comfort me is you let me feel your horns. Okay, what? Imagine she just gets shot in the back again. That would be the funniest shit. Why don't you ask if Holy Debt Collector might let you touch her ear plumage? It's not the same, okay? Go ahead, I don't mind. Never thought it would be the Summit of Nations that brought us back together, after all this time. It's like every letterman out there got called back to the city. I can understand Legadi like Mastima getting me called, but the old man brought me back when I was in the middle of a high-priority mission to Sargon. So it was not that important. See, here's your grandpa anyway. He's the one throwing the party, right? Hey, let's go. I love when my grandpa just pays for all the booze. Should be back soon. Who knows what he's up to? All he said was that since he was retiring, he wanted to make an important announcement while everyone's still here. It's nice to see the kids having fun when I get home from work. Makes me feel 10 years younger. Anyways, it's time to announce that I put all my retirement money into Bitcoin. We gotta be rich. That still makes your video old, Patwison. Prevent gun night? No. Are you angry at me for being late, Fia? I had to turn the office upside down trying to find this thing. Is it gone? What's in the package, Reverend? Open it. Find out for yourself. Wow. A Guardian gun? I can't believe a gun in this economy. Looks like it's been around for a while. Patterson, unless my eyes deceive me, the first pattern firearm I ever had. I picked it when I was 12. The first? How many did he have then? It stayed with me for over a decade, until I became a gun knight. Soon it will become a true relic, when firearms workshops fade into the history of Laterano. Take it, Fia. What? A little token. Think of it as fulfilling an old man's wish. As your mentor, your guardian, some of what I did was, how should I put it, regrettable. No, you weren't the only student I cared for. I was never a licensed teacher. You know, I did teach a lot of children. It might have been illegal. Sorry, have this gun. It's gonna fix your problems. The other one should have walked a better path. Oveda, the gun knight who killed her cohort? That's a whole different thing. If I never walked that better path, it's not because of anything so drastic. It's because you don't have the little Wattses I have over my head, I know. But I took you in precisely because you were Liberi. You never told me that. What regret are you trying to make up for this time? I didn't want to tell you. The loss of a friendship made me realize that I never truly knew a Liberi. I thought I was too clumsy. I thought I could learn to get along with the Liberi. You were just a social experiment. I was never good at it. I worried about your nerves that were constantly on edge, about your obsession over the accident, the anger that boiled within you, and how you struggled to fit in. But I never knew how to guide you. For the Sancta, empathy is a window that helps us understand each other. For you, it became a wall that kept you out. Hold it right there. Do old people always get so sentimental? It's the only thing they have, okay? They have a lot of free time and now all they have is like the memories on repeat. You don't get it. What I'm trying to tell you is that everything is going to change after the Summit of Nations. The prohibition on pattern firearms for non-Sancta will be lifted. I thought it says that only Sancta could use pattern firearms, like, I guess, at least I assumed it was basically a physical restriction, not like just a cultural law restriction. Along with other rules like it, law's acceptance of the Liberi will extend far beyond just allowing you to live in the Holy City. You now may even vote for the Pope. You will truly become one people, Fia. Do you think it's enough to just issue a few edicts, close a few workshops, build a shrine and take in some wanderers? See, that's your first reaction. Means that deep down, you want to share true understanding with Lemon, with Mostima, with us. You will understand, Fia. Then, if you're willing, You can take my place and become a true gun knight. Or go and do whatever else you want to. Things that were once open only to the Sancta. You could be anything, even the Pope. When the day comes, your friends will be there to bear witness, as they do now. Now, take your Guardian gun for a spin. I mean, it's very motivational to think, you know, you can just do whatever you set out to do. Fiammetta does not fully understand what the old man said, and her two friends say nothing, but everyone present smiles at her. Now shoot out the door, and then accidentally kill someone. Fiammetta raises the old pattern firearm. She has held many grenade launchers in her time, but she feels a strange sensation come over her as she touches the gun's barrel, like a terrestrial creature touching the sea for the first time. We cannot tell if the indescribable connection among Sanctas has opened itself to her, or if it is simply a reaction to Patterson's words. We are born different, Fia, but our paths must eventually converge. Nothing makes an old man happier than recognition from his child. Fiammetta holds the gun tightly, lines up the sights with the door. And she shoots Exu. Oh, Okay, what is he doing here, though? Fiammetta. It's been a while. Okay, all you need to do is now just shoot. Did you invite him, Lemon? Knew he was coming, that's all. It was I who invited him. Letting go of hatred is also part of achieving true understanding. Fuck him up, exactly. You cannot just plant away. Okay, she does even have cool wings. Is there anything I can help with, Al? To make up for not recognizing you? Not so fast. There's a few things about Latavano I'm really interested in. It's been a long time since I've been here. Oh? When did the courier decide to shut down every firearms workshop in the city? It was recent. The edict was sent to all the workshops in the city on the same day. It wasn't that much of a surprise. Arms control had been around for as long as I could remember. It was about time they turned their attention to reform and gun control after all these years. But why do you have to, like, shut down all the... I guess the Schweins might be just directly government owned. Is that why they closed down all the shops? Don't you find it strange? Should I? Manchester Pacini said there was nothing unusual about shops shutting down and opening up. We've been talking about closing up for years. But this is a firearms workshop. Does it make a difference? This is where all Sanctas meet their Guardian guns! Have all of you forgotten the meaning of a Sanctus pattern firearm carries? What are you doing? Just having fun with guns. As one does, you know? That is a big ass fucking gun. Exercise takes out a pattern firearm and puts it on the workbench. He smoothly disassembles it, from the magazine to the barrel, to the action, to the case ejector. I'm not a terrorist, or some kind of super mercenary. I just know my guns like I know my own joints. I remember how I came into possession of each and every gun. Yes, all of them. Wait, how many guns does she own? But the one that left the deepest impression on me was the first one. I stepped into this little shop, along with my parents and my sister. Exo's hands do not slow down, even as she continues talking. My sister told me that every Sancta has their very own pattern firearm, or guardian gun, the same as we were born with our unique halos. So picking a guardian gun is like making a friend, and she just wanted a really big friend. Place our trust and empathy, open our hearts to one another, learn to get along. You know, nothing teaches empathy better than having a gun in your hands. You were, what, 4 or 5 years old at the time. You were tiny, didn't have a halo, and you couldn't even talk. I didn't even notice you. By the time you know you were there, you had your hands on the scope I had picked, feeling it with a face full of curiosity. Well, Magister Pachinini said he found me in the gardens of an Ecclesia Requiem and brought me back to this workshop. I seemed to have problems with speech, and he thought I was mute at first. It took a few years for me to be able to put a few syllables together. Hey, well, congrats on your progress. I caused him so many headaches. Was never the kind of kid he could be proud of. No, don't say that. I sneaked out that day, without even knowing why. I was so anxious I almost cried. Put your hand on it, Vani. Just like old times. Accidentally, tentatively, Vanini puts her hand on it. Master Pack put my hand-packed parts together. My mind filled with thoughts when I held it in my hand. Protect my parents and sister, make new friends, have the coolest graduation ceremony in Latavano. It told me I could do all that. You felt it, didn't you? The stuff you just said wasn't what I remembered at all, Vani. I remember that I picked my guardian gun with a little girl I didn't know. Watched the fall beast across the street. Used the barrel as a talk tube. She didn't talk, but I could feel what was in her heart when we played together with the parts. Also, I knew she was happy when I saw her reddened eyes at the end. This is our secret. That's why I didn't say anything to my sis when she asked if I was bullied. Man. And Lemon is not believing in Exo, huh? For me, it wasn't a day I made one friend. It was a day I made two. The gun and the person I was pointing it at. Exo branches the gun, which she has already reassembled, and smiles at the young apprentice gunsmith. Vanini has her eyes fixed on Exo, that sense of confidence and pride that was on her face throughout the bosses. Vanini cannot tell where the confidence and pride came from. It is almost like Exo is saying, I'm a Sancta, and this is a Sancta thing. I mean, isn't that just a Sancta thing? That's... I didn't read that much lore, but... What is it, Vani? I basically repeated what happened. You still don't remember anything? But I believe you, El. Uh-huh. Was really sad when Magister Pachinini told me this workshop would have to close. I thought it was because I lived here for so long with him that I didn't want to leave. I believe you about this link that you say Pattern Firearms Fingers, El. You know it means that something has happened to the Holy City that I can't comprehend. Yeah. How can I help? You've been here in the firearms workshop for so long. Surely you've got a way to help me make an explosion that will shake the city. Okay, what if we just make a very, very big gun? Is Fia alright? Yeah, no, after the initial shock of killing a man, she's doing better. Must mess with her. I know what she's like. It's not so easy for her to forgive. What about Anduin? He left. If there's anyone who has the right to be angry, it would be you, Lemon. You were the one who suffered the most. I can't argue with that, Vervant. But our emotions changed with time. The 5 years that I spent in that coma, and then served a sentence in a nomadic abbey, dwelling across terror, offering assistance to our scattered kin as his way of atoning. Finally, he decided to come back to Latavano, integrating as an ordinary nurturer. But he kinda worked his way up at this point too, right? Latavano needs him, he deserves a second chance. I'm glad you think that way. What was it he wanted to talk to me about? Still, Fia matter. You know she insisted on taking firearms courses when she was in school. I mean, to be fair, your grandpa was cool and had big guns, so was always the first to show up for class, last to leave the firing range. She loved guns in a way nobody could ever doubt, even though she never learned to use one. When you gave her your gun and that speech, that look in her eyes, Couldn't tell if it was doubt or disappointment. But the one thing I know is that it wasn't pure joy. Is that right? Thought she would be happy, at least before Anduin showed up. I still don't understand how she feels after all these years. Meeting emotions is hard sometimes. The announcement took me by surprise, let alone fear matter. The prohibition on patterned firearms for non-sancta will be lifted, along with other rules like it. That part. Yeah, that... Hi, we'll see how that goes. Yet the arms control that we've been pushing for so long has only now come to its most important stage. You mean the two policies conflict? What I want to ask is, have you received any further revelations? Have greater goals been bestowed upon our arms control work? The goal has never changed. All forms of control exist so that everyone will be able to use guns more efficiently, more widely. So everybody just gets the standardized... What is even the assault rifles we use these days? I'm out of the gun game. I haven't played shooters for far too long. Firearms workshops have a long history, but also plenty of flaws. Gunsmiths and customers both put way too much energy into them, trying to make each and every gun unique. But that is what makes them kinda cool. I do like that world building fact. It is kinda nice, you know? Everybody having a unique weapon. Once the shrine of gunsmithing in Parker's Mecalion starts operating for real, Atavan will be able to provide armed support to all nations and all bases when we have to. I guess this is all a policy just to make it easier to have, like, a big standing standardized army, isn't it? Like, even, like, being able to field more than just Sancta. Is Satavano basically building up its own military? If the goal has never changed, why do the changes of the present seem so sudden, so out of place? Maybe because we're not so great at imagining the future. You're right that the Mudwerk has bestowed a greater revelation upon me. All will partake of the same revelation at the Nativity. When the time comes, it won't be just you and fear. Millions of people will gain insight into the future, both inside and outside La Terrano. Is that where everybody loses their halo? But that... We will see. You're sharp, Lemon. I'm sure you understand that our first priority is to make sure that the Nativity goes off without a hitch. We will continue to hunt the criminal, trying to blow things up at this important time. Okay. He's just over farming. Leave, now. I don't want to see your face. I wonder if they actually resolve the conflict between Fear and Anduin in this. I mean, it would make sense that at some point they do resolve it. They cannot milk it forever, but it just feels strange to have him, like, just in the city like this and everything. I know that, like, in the past, the others were already kinda cool with him, but yeah. In the end, the gathering parted on less than pleasant terms. I had spent much time mulling over Patterson's invitation before accepting it. I was not unprepared for what might happen, but with a new dawn about to break in La Terrano, I decided to come and visit old friends, for reasons that he could not or would not put into clear words. What will become of the past once the new La Terrano comes? I wonder a confirmation, nothing more. Wind brings a cloud that casts a tiny shadow in a corner of the street. Anduin frowns. He takes a few steps, then stops and waves over a confessional. Automated confessional Confess 47. I think Confess 47 is the one we get, right? I forgot the name. Honestly, I never really used the Void Stars. Maybe at some point. I guess they are very niche. It's honestly, I feel like Void Stars are still kind of very interesting though, since, you know, they are like not strong in a sense, but since, you know, you can just put them down without deployment limit, there is a niche for them. Please insert your Signa Creditorium or Citizen Credit card before beginning your confession. It's still amazing to me that you have to pay to confess. Like, that's not how it should work. At least make them pay after the confession. Be like, okay, that makes $3.99. Sorry, I just remembered I have something else I need to do. It's you. Honestly, cute ears. Is something the matter? Are you being followed? Was that why you waved over a confessional? To check your surroundings? We need to call the guards. No. I guess I was just imagining things. Are you looking for me? Matwerk has returned to the Shrine of Nurtury. We came to take you back. Do we get to see more FedEx? Oh. Welcome back, Cardinal Lemon. Here are the handover documents for 5 Firearms Workshop in Pargus Farbe. This one's owner, Paganini, has signed the papers. At work, the entire hall can take the rest. Speaking of which, there's some exceptional circumstances with the workshop on Via Borgus. The owner, Paganini, has an apprentice who is going to take a qualification exam. Kuya will have to provide some form of compensation now that the shop has been shut down. Her name is Vanini, I think. I happened to pass by her when I left. Had very red hair and a bright smile on her face. A really sunny deposition. Via Borgus? Sounds familiar. Amokos? Look at the files on your terminal, Amos. The description does not fit Vanini. Oh, It's alright. Maybe just a passerby. Said she was a sancta with fiery red hair. Man, if only I knew somebody like that. She had a hood up. But we were walking towards each other. I got a good look. How many sanctas with red hairs exist in Laterano? Huh? Why? Because it's time for terrorism. Yippee! Oop. I think I'm gonna take a quick break from... We'll be back in like 3 minutes and then we continue beating. I mean, I do enjoy the side story, but I still have kinda no idea where this is going. This is also the kind of story with like a slow start for sure. It will all come together for sure. But yeah, be right back. I'm back. And we are at worship now. I love my worship. Sorry for that fake. I probably will need a fake. At least one more fake on the stream. I kinda had to walk and be awake for a second. I don't know what's up with me today, man. The Ends of the Earth launch Langman. Ooh. What? I remember this man. He was in... What was it? What was it even called? I forgot. Basically the Penguin Logistics side story. I forgot the name. What was the name for it? What are you doing here, XSI? Man, it feels strange seeing her old sprite now. What are you doing here? The lounge is closed. Just ended up here. Not sure how. An endangered employee's instincts, I suppose. Thought I might as well clean up, so long as I'm here. Oh, I cleaned it up. I saw that there were gifts for me, so I opened them. A crystal ball? This must be Bison. Wait. Mountain Dash Logistics has already expanded into Scarphacket? Who would expand into an unpronounceable place like that? What is this whole stack of poor vouchers? The more you buy, the more you save. The more you save, the more you buy. Hey, that's not wrong. Does Croissant want me to clean out in the mall? So was Syracuse Tour Live album. Huh. I mean, I did basically know that So was an idol. But I didn't know that she's like, actually is like that big to go on tours and everything. That sounds amazing. Can she forget to send a couple of tickets? Carnival mask. This one's got to be from Texas. It's a little tight, not great. This brush. It's a gift from the boss. Or does he want me to use it to clean his vinyls for him? Hey, Yif, what kind of hair do you think the brush is made from? Looks Lupo to me. Say, why are boss in Texas still in Nuremberg when the carnival's already over? I got back from Sargon only to find the shop totally empty. Not a soul inside. Texas said she was setting up Penguin Logistics operations over there. As for Emperor, he and his friends have some other matters to attend to. Matters besides recording sessions, parties, and employee training. Gotcha. Man, I guess it's all the same if I report to you. Oh. Give me a sec. I'm almost done filling it out. Filling what out? My leave request. I want to take a really long break, so I figured I should go through the formal procedures. Exu? I know why I took the Sargonian job right. For the sweet, sweet vacation days. Sargon. Mostima was assigned to the area's legatus, wasn't she? Bingo. Mostima told me that the one who did those things to Sis and hers back in La Tavano, the one Sis hoped would never show his face again. She hasn't fully recovered, but she's joined the courier. What do you mean she hasn't fully recovered? She looks very fine. True for secret. The events of the past have once again brought them together. The things that I came to Langman to find out. You're going to La Tavano. I was not quite sure what Yif is supposed to be. Actually, okay, either I'm gonna spoil myself totally, or... Okay, it's... Yif is not the... Actually, Yif is not the first result if you just look for Yif. That means just my algorithm is fucked up. Everybody knows I only care about... Okay, maybe the... Why does it not... Or fuck, this wrong wiki, it's different. That explains a lot. Maybe. Okay, maybe my internet's also dying. Wait, it was called the Code of War. Right. Well, okay. Sveta says ways unknown. Okay, then I'm at least not an idiot that missed something. Going back to Ottavano. Of course. Can't very well wait for my sis to come and see me. Texas, Server, Bison, Croissant, even the boss, all people, are busy right now. All good things must come to an end, as they say. Is this the end of Penguin Logistics? Is Musty gonna cry? Never forget your roots. That's Penguin Logistics corporate culture, isn't it? On display every day, but correct in principle. Keep these gifts safe for me. Tell my friends that I'll be back once everything's taken care of. Is that your right? What? No way. I only just decided. It's your vote silent, friends, Exu. Hi guys, what's up? This has survived at office. Guess if I'd fired some landship? Landship exploded. Please send help. I'm exhausted. Came all this way only to get caught up in one strange thing after another. My head's spinning. Good work, but we need to move quicker. I still also have no idea who it is she contacts in the Confessor, do I? Without a second thought, the courier's treating the explosion as a terror attack targeting the Summit of Nations. Who would have thought that a harmless confessional would be a top-notch spy? Good work. I give you a pat on your speakers. I mean, this must be controlled by somebody else. Why is not all the confessionals... Have all confessionals has an AI in them? Which is to say, you are a wanted fugitive now. Yippee! I know. With Vani's help though, our bombs can now snap 3 pillars with one blast. There's a long way to go, but pick the right pillar, and a bomb like this can topple an entire building. The shrine is bigger than any building that exists on Terra, so I guess we do take down the nursery, right? Must familiarize yourself with its layout. I don't suppose you'll let me in if I say I'm a fervent believer who wants to pay daily respects to it. Shrine is heavily guarded. Even confessionals cannot easily enter. No big deal. If there's a problem, find a solution. If there's no problem, make a problem. No, that is how to live your life. Never take a boring order. That's Penguin Logistics corporate culture. I mean, honestly, maybe not the best way to make business, but that way work will not be boring. The passion and perseverance are extraordinary, but you have a hard time hiding your thoughts. You should not disturb those you know before it is time, even if it's my sister, right? That only motivates me more. I'll solve this problem for no other reason than to see my sis sooner. It's time to go, El. I know, Vani. The Apprentice. I've only met her a couple of times. When it comes to this, I know I can trust her. Yeah, she cannot speak to anybody about this. I can already guess what you're worried about, but it's hard to explain the connection between sanctas. Anyway, no need to worry. In that case, this confession has come to a close. Have a nice day. I'm still trying to figure out what they were doing in the nursery. I mean, there was also this funky boss. It's kind of sad that the stage is not in the game because I need to actually... I mean, basically was not able to do all the X stages back then. Getting a revenge would feel nice. Man, it has been a bit. Why do comfort bells keep ringing? But it's like that lion thingy was also like nothing I've seen before in the game. Or like here in Latavano. It's the two nurseries up ahead. Strange. There should be other nurturers in charge of them. The giant milk bottles on each side of the corridor suddenly fall, knocking Anduin out cold. Sedation. He's unconscious but alive. What kind of baby would need a milk bottle this big? It's heavy enough to give a full-grown burden beast a concussion. Anyway, it's for the best. Less commotion this way. What do we do next? Do we peek inside or... so you gotta put to sleep. This is a strange place. We carry him. The rest of you, stay on your guard. We're getting out of this bloody place the way we came in. Leader's waiting outside. We'll get this guy to answer our question once he wakes up. Gotcha. It's Santa Claus. Whip. Like a wind from nowhere, the comfort bells that hang quietly in the corridor and nursery suddenly begin ringing. It's not a sound to put babies to sleep. It is a cacophonious unceasing, a loud alarm. Damn. Right. That was efficient. Alert cancelled. Clean up the scene. Don't let the children see it. Take Nurture Anduin to his room. But yeah, there has to be something fucked up here. Anduin, you're awake. What happened? Intruders, but the guards caught them. Looks like your hunch was right. You were being followed. You were after me. You're the chosen nurturer. You must have the nativity in their sights. We are the intruders. Some wayward souls that we will torture for the rest of their lives now. Wayward souls? What I mean is, we don't know who they are. Our siblings will pick up the investigation. No better than anyone else how important the nativity is. Stay safe and enjoy some rest. Were you frightened? Lean against my arm. No need to fear, it's the comfort bells. Will not hear those terrible sounds here. No hunters' whistles, no roaring of tusked beasts, no rumbling of vigilant tides. I'm here. I'm always here. I can feel how much you want to keep living with this life within you. As do I. Soon, soon, everyone will hope for the same. That's not ominous. There'll be no more fighting, no more conflict. Everyone will join together in paradise. We will all be one grey blob. I've heard about this story before. Everyone will walk together with you. What do you mean she just vanished without a trace? I just cut the wheat. Let everyone take a little break after lunch. Then I heard this nice music. She said she wanted to play her cello, and I let her. She came to this Leeward Village, not too far away. We could hear her music all this time, so I didn't think too much of it. Then when you came to find her, she was nowhere to be seen. What is this? Some kind of paranormal activity? Paranormal activity? Right at the door of a monastery. It's a miracle. It would make a nice movie. What I mean is, no need to panic. You can still hear the music, can't you? Perhaps Arturia just went deeper into the wheat fields. Magicians can be an unpredictable lot. Or this was just all set up so she could escape. Make some and go up front. I handle things here. Summon Data Scarecrow's sister. Should find a device like this on their necks. Who are you? Ah. So yeah, she did escape. Executor Federico of the Notorial Hall. I came from a regular visit of the prisoner Arturia. It's kinda sweet that he keeps visiting her. The young executor opens his palm. There's a paper dragonfly sitting on it, flapping its wings at a regular frequency to create pleasant music. Paper dragonfly? Form of musical arts. A prisoner must have learned it in Lithanian. She used a page from the Saint's Travels. Man, that's why she needed a big book, huh? This detail is not important. What is important is I am now certain that Arturia is no longer under observation. She has escaped. I surmise as much. Arturia is an important individual, is she not? Based on the amount of resources the Notorial Hall has committed. From issuing a warrant to achieving apprehension, yes, it was my life's work. The Land Monster has only recently regained its standing with the courier and gotten out of the vat. Whip. And this executor caught us on the spot. There's no way we can quietly bring Arturia back now. I can hear you, sister. Anyway, I must report this to the courier immediately. There will be no need for that, sister. Cock's gone. Notorial Hall will take over from here. I was the one who appointed that courier. I will catch her before she can do any true harm. There will be no need for Land Monastery to file a report. Yippee! That's not what the procedures say, is it? But it's more efficient. I see. You never intended to report this, did you? This is an awfully convenient coincidence. We came for this. We knew Arturia would escape. No comment. She was just like you. It was like she had realized something and spoke in cryptic terms. If you won't let me report this, senor, I must join you in your pursuit of Arturia. Land Monastery is very important to me. Won't let it come to harm. I cannot blame her. Executor flicks deftly with his finger. Paper Dragonfly turns back into a creased page. Music disappears, and the fields are once again quiet. What are you doing? Retaining evidence. The sound it was making would have obstructed our investigation. The request compiles of the regulations of the Executor's Handbook. Hereby approve the request to join the hunt for the fugitive. Come. It is our shadow, yes. How does it feel having her? She has nice much. I feared about that. But sadly I have neither that shadow nor her as much. Honestly, I need to check. Do I have actually anybody else with Nayas module other than Calcite? But one day I will be Nayas gamer. One day. Oh, this is a nice stretch. I'm sorry, I'm not a professional streamer. I really do want to play more IS2. Honestly, I do need to see how I'm doing it. Like, I feel like I'm probably gonna finish next week Master's Travels. And I should still have enough time to do chapter 16. I might have even more time before I actually start work with what I can stream. But I will need to see what I would want to stream. I need to figure it out. I might not stream like every side story. Might read some on my own time. I will see how it works out, I guess. You're just as strange as Arturia, only in a much different way. I've seen it standing there like that every day, but when you get up close, you realize it is all fake or something. How is it so crazy tall? Where are these gill-like scales? Gill-like, huh? Where do these bowl-like passages lead? And what's with this flowing color on the wall? It's like what you throw up after you eat blueberry pudding. Aren't the walls just straight up white though? Made with soup? What the f... Okay, Exu, please explain how you know this color. I'm getting sick just looking at it. How do you know what you threw up after eating blueberry pudding made with soup water? You know what? I'm voting for Vanini. She gets me. She gets me. Just a little practical joke that didn't go the way I intended. How? What? What the hell was X up to? Not the most pleasant of memories, but it almost brings a smile thinking back to it now. Back then, we could tell the difference between a practical joke and serious stuff. And we didn't build strange structures like this with two blue religious pharaoh. But do you miss it anyway? Some kind of massive biological organ? This is actually a big womb or something like that, I assume. This place feels familiar. I must have been here before. I can't tell whether this used to be a bakery, a chapel, or a munitions market. There has to be some... It feels so strange to just have this big ass building out of nowhere, no? Vanini looks very playable. I hope so. If we... Actually... Musty, have you actually like kept up with what they actually announced last? Actually, would not make sense though. It would not make sense. Never mind me. That red-haired lady on the left does as well. Okay, I've got news about that one. I have very good news about that one. PIS watch. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be too much of a spoiler, but I mean, I even told you. Also, I guess everybody that does not want to hear at all any Chinese announcement, even if I'm not spoiling anything concrete, listen away for like half a minute. But they basically announced that the Persona collab will play in La Tavano. But yeah, it would make sense to get somebody like her. I guess for that collab you would just straight up get the Persona characters. So it's like this huge fan has always been here. Anyways, I'm just hoping that we get a story with Vanini and I can pull her. She's gonna be an overpowered 6-star and I'm gonna love her. It feels weird. Does your head hurt? It's not that hard to understand. Imagine your favorite patisserie, which you visit once every few days, but it's for a party, or just because your sweet tooth is aching. When you happen to pass by it today, you can't resist. But when you bite into the meal you just bought, everything feels different. You wonder if they got a new patisserie, then you look up and find the whole storefront is different. But that crossing will be happening in Syracuse. I see. It's pretty much just like that, right? Yeah, wow. I couldn't put my feelings into words like that at all. But when did meal fuel become different? Makes sense, yeah. It is. I think that is like the next thing releasing, right? Is it a thing? Or is it the Ursa side story? Well, honestly, I hope I can do the Ursa side story on release. Boulevard Jagner. Okay. I mean, I don't know how people... some people can get very annoyed by the smallest of spoilers, and I don't want to spoil stuff that is basically always so far being said on Chinese streams, because I can understand if some people, just don't want to keep up and, want to keep getting maybe the surprise when we're actually getting the English announcements. But it must be crazy hard to stay away from all those spoilers. But when did that military become different? No idea. Seems to have changed when I got back from Langman. I saw the swine standing there as soon as I came out of the port. See, how did I miss something this big from outside the city? Shh, over there. Also, did we have a side story in Bolivar yet? Probably not, right? I'm looking forward to the future. I still have so much to catch up on, but it would be also nice to do just the side stories when they release, you know, man. I guess maybe it will be possible for some at least. Oh yeah. Actually, Master, since you're here right now, what was it called? It's Unrealized Realities, like the Nasty event. Would it spoil me on anything at this point if I like caught up with the main story too? Like, is it just continuation of I'm gone. Okay. Well, goodbye. I guess you actually do have your weight. Good luck. Don't remember. Fair enough. I can also just look it up, probably. All patrols form up. Guard assaults in 3-team squads. Shift change every 3 hours. Must not allow any further intrusions into the shrine. No attacks on the nurturers. Understood. Since when did the Pontifical Corps Slattern wear such distinctive uniforms? There's some stuff from the Iberia Aegis story mentioned. I guess that makes sense. Like the Aegis storyline seems... I guess there's not huge spoilers in the story, but it seems so super important that it really should be the storyline I do after I fully caught up for sure. Wait, this scaly cape. Are these guards just for the Shrine of Nurtury? There are too many of them. Not sure how to get past. They've blocked off all the paths. What do we do now? We're here. Is this the place where X was resting? Yes, we can arrange for visits if you so desire. Dedicated nurturers have been assigned to her. We will receive the best possible care until she gives birth. What about us? 30 nomadic abbeys with patients in the 4 figures. Parcus Ambrosius you put us in doesn't have that many hospitals or sanatoriums. I mean, honestly, it's still nice of them to even take you in, I guess. The Summit of Nations, so far its attendees, has stretched Atavano's medical resources to its limits. So, taking a pregnant woman already presents exceptional circumstances. However, you have come here out of trust in Atavano, but Atavano must repay that trust. The Shrine of Nurture is not scheduled to open to the public until after the Nativity. Most of the rooms are unoccupied at this time. Our nurturers have received basic medical training. The Matic has already discussed this with the courier. The Shrine of Nurture will take in our friends from outside on a temporary basis, until more permanent arrangements can be made. The guards will escort you to your rooms. I must remain here, as more patients are expected to arrive. Lord's blessing be upon Latavano, and upon all. See, there's a way. Don't tell me. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. This is then soon where Lemon and Exo meet up, right? I guess it's still far away for something like that. I just remembered the... Or maybe it's not. I just remembered the trailer they had. It was kind of impressive just seeing it. You know, being a baby player and just seeing them go all out. I mean, okay, they do that basically for every, like, big event, right, where they actually have like rendered cutscene, which is it's nice. Salve, Cardinal Valif. It's been a while. Not Cardinal anymore. I'm just an ordinary clerk in the Shrine of Nurtury now. Just Valif then. Anyway, seems like your fingerprints are all over it. What do you mean? Security measures I saw on my way in from the streets. They could go toe-to-toe with the Pontifical Cohorts. I have to earn my keep after all. Anyway, it looks like I guessed right. What? It was indeed you who came to review our security, even though this is a job usually reserved for Notorial Hall executors, or the Gun Knights and Pontifical Cohorts. She's just bored, okay? Extra assignment. I'm still investigating the bombing that happened a couple of days ago. Not exactly an outsider. Also, I think it's my sister that's doing this, but don't tell anybody else. I wasn't instructed to take the bomb investigation into account in planning security. Besides, your investigation hasn't exactly turned up anything concrete, has it? Unless you mean to tell me you came because it was Anduin who was attacked. It's just also laughed just as pose for his pride with her finger gun, actually having the thing. You're going to chide me that I should be thinking of the whole Holy City as the Cardinal of the 7th Tribunal, not about my personal relationships. I know just what kind of person you are. Sharp, astute, decisive. All traits that served you well at the consistory. But we also know when these virtues of yours are most prominently displayed. Remember the reasons why you joined the Pontifical Cohorts Commandos, Cardinal Lemon? I read that report. Huh, really? I've forgotten. You didn't really have any interest in the commandos. You just went to see if you matter, didn't you? I mean, hey, you know, job becomes nicer if you actually have nice colleagues and are friends with them, right? And Anduin. Really? That I didn't know. What you met after you joined the commandos? Met before that. Seemed like he had come from a faraway place, walking on foot. His clothes were tattered, and he himself was just as ragged. He sat on a bench in front of the chapel, still and unmoving, looking more like a statue than the actual statues of the saints on the roadside. It was the first time Mostima and I saw him. We met via Matter at the midnight movies. We hit it off quickly. Anduin had trouble fitting in, having grown up outside the Holy City. Via Matter, stubborn girl that she is, was another one of those fights with her grandpa. Mostima and I wanted to see them. We didn't know each other beforehand, and other Sanctas probably didn't intend to isolate them. But either way, the end result was... the two of them were the only ones left behind in the rubber bullet roulette. That was the commander's intention. And so you beat up everyone else on the scene. You and Mostima filled out your applications right there, becoming the last four-man squad at that initiation. Ended up being the most active and most coordinated squad on the force until the incident. Man, imagine getting finally to know what actually happened then. Wouldn't that be amazing? They kinda have been keychaining this a lot, not gonna lie. There's a lot I admire about you, Lemon. But I must remind you, as a cardinal, Holy City must be your first, foremost, and only concern. For me, the Holy City begins with a long list of familiar names. So much for reminiscing. The 7th Tribunal knows our duty. You really think of yourself as an ordinary clerk? Maybe I should pay a visit to the matriarch personally. She's right up ahead, isn't she? We do be praying. Evan spots the one she came to see. The golden-haired Sancta stands under a porch, She's praying, anxious. Her breathing is rapid, and she trembles visibly. Emin can feel herself overwhelmed by her counterpart's raging emotions. Matviak? I overheard your conversation with Valif, Cardinal Lemon. Pardon my inability to converse calmly at this time. What's in there? Asaka's mother. She spent much time in the wilderness and declined food for 2 days after she arrived. She's not in good shape. Her nurturers are doing their best. She suffers from fear and anxiety. She does not want to give in to the pain, continues her struggle to stay awake. She's praying, awake, praying that her child will be born safely. All I can do is empathize and pray with her. And empathize with Asakas? Okay, this might surprise you as a Sancta, but you don't need a halo to have empathy. And I guess you also can empathize with people without a halo. Yes, Cardinal. As you worry for my outpouring of emotion, it's as clear as the innate empathy between you and I. Empathy. A blessing that the Lord has bestowed upon me. Perhaps in place of my sight, perhaps simply because this place was built by Latavano to welcome new life. What? I know, it's crazy. That's sarcasm from a company. Okay, sorry. You at this point you should know that I love my horny woman. I'm pro Sarkas. Okay? Here our faith is strengthened and expanded. Here there are no barriers, no limits. Putting in that light, it is our own people who need this place the most. Sunlight shines through the stained glass, illuminating the empty and solemn hall. Massive statue stands with its palms together, looking down on the 2 tiny sanctus beneath it. It's certainly a special place. I've seen plenty of statues in all sorts of poses, holding a gun and ready to shoot. It's the first time I see one like this. It takes some getting used to. Okay, you're right, you should have just more statues with guns in the nursery. Compared to the so-called Latavan statues that line the hills of Bolivar or the shores of Iberia, the statues seen at Havano are the more incomprehensible, Cardinal. I guess it would make sense that in Bolivar and Iberia they would not us all have guns, probably. Maybe. Paradise has shaped our faith, so peculiar that it has become somewhat distorted. The souls of the living praying for survival, as it traverse catastrophe and suffering, touches the most basic phase of faith. That are some fucking huge milk bottles I did not feel, man. How the hell? Okay, how the hell? Who would suck on this? You know? I imagine the energy you need to do for even a sippy on this thing. Anyways, I should take a sip. It's not a milk bottle though. Matviak, blessings to you. Your mother's condition has stabilized. We've given her medicine and nutrition. She's sleeping now. It is comforting to hear. She's expecting soon. Please keep a close eye on her, and do not let yourselves grow complacent. Yes, Matviak. Praise be to the Lord. Can I feel the relief and joy coming from the bottom of your heart? Thank you for your companionship, Cardinal. Hope empathy did not cause my anxiety to affect you. I'm not so weak. Besides, your words were inspiring to an extent. You mentioned that you only came here later? Yes. Long had I wandered the wilderness, my companions withered in the mud. In order to find Latavano? No. At the time I never imagined that there would be such a city up in this land. But our shared vision finally helped me locate it. Our encounter here and now was written in fate. It's a blessing to be able to serve Latavano and my kindred. After all this time, veiled as I may be. I have a friend who works here. He also came from afar. So you're all sus together. Latavano today and Latavano tomorrow. Everyone must and will find their own place and play their own roles. Only they then can be hoped to fend off calamity. It seems we've gotten sidetracked. There's been an attack on the Nurturers. Some of the Banal is happy to work with the Shrine of Nurture in implementing security measures. Ensure that nativity goes off without a hitch. Understand your worry for your friend, your curiosity about the shrine. As I said though, we must all find our own place and play our own rules. And there I was thinking our chat was going nicely. Looks like I've been somewhere rejected, haven't I? I'm sorry for your loss. I should have bought a few wheat stalks, when I knew this had happened. What, wheat stalks? For funerals at the Land Monastery, we weave a laurel out of wheat stalks and place it up in the departed's coffin. I guess that's nice. That way, the soul of the departed will be comforted by the scent of bread and beer on the other side. Let's go, free alcohol! Thank you, kind sister. My brother and I were exiled by the General Chamber of Commerce because we were afflicted with oropathy. Yippee! Did not have the skill to participate in night sports. We came all this way to Latavano, only for his condition to worsen and take his life. But the courier helped bury him, allowing him to die with dignity. There was even a passing sanctor who played a requiem for him. Man, I sure wonder who this was, looks at Alturia. I see. Was that sanctor a female with long straight black hair, playing a cello with an unusual shape? Yes? She played for you? Were you subject to any hallucinations or any psychological discomfort? What do you mean by discomfort? I know it made me cry. It was my brother, after all. Although she made you feel things. 1. Then your executor. Thought we agreed that I would do the questioning. But he's such a people's person, I don't get it. Other executors from Material Hall will soon be here to take these refugees to Parco Symposius. We do not have much time. They are not suspected of any crime. We did not find complex interrogation techniques to be necessary. I visited Langman and Victoria and was promoting London Monastery, and I saw many people like them. They were forced to leave home due to unfortunate circumstances. The previous dealings with the police have made them... Executors are more or less police, right? There's no need. You guys are talking outsiders of oropathy like us, even though I heard you used to kick your own infected out. So right now, I don't have anything against the Latvian government. Besides, this gentleman here looks like a decent fellow. He gets it. Is there something wrong with the black-haired sanctor you were asking about? Without permission, she left the monastery where she was under observation. We have tracked her here. She's a prisoner? Thought she was an official from your, what's that, 6th Tribunal? Why did you think that? She asked us about the abbey after the funeral, whether there was any equipment in disrepair, any safety hazards, any supplies we were short on. She made it a point to ask if anyone who recently entered Latavano had disappeared. Especially any pregnant woman. There is something up with the nursery, okay? I'm not crazy, you're crazy. Doesn't sound like a trail just happened to pass by. But how did she get the information about all of this? How did it go? You know the answer. Metarak's response was just like yours. Don't poke your head into other people's business. Hey, I know you have good intentions, Lemon. You're also showing that you don't trust me. I beg your understanding. The Shrine of Nurtury, the skilled structure that cast a shadow over Latavano, which no one's quite sure when it came to be. You, Warrant Patterson and the Matriarch promise that this will be the birthplace of the future. Even the suspect behind the bombing seems interested in it. How can the 7th Tribunal, responsible for intelligence and national security, ignore something so prominent? Of course, I understand. Excuse me? Man, I sure wonder who this shadowed person was. Nurture leads the group past. Their footsteps echo to the empty hall. The people in the procession come from many different faces. None of them speak, but all glance up and down at this unfamiliar space. Lemon steps aside to let them pass. What is that, Cardinal Lemon? Nothing. Just felt like my sister, being nearby. What I mean is, Curiosity killed the feline. I guess at least you have the saying, huh? I guess I should expect a complaint from my predecessor if I continue to insist. Okay, but there has to be confrontation between Lemon and Exo soon. We did just this, right? Okay, I think I did it, but I also want to make sure. I have the memory of a fucking goldfish. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think... Yeah. I don't better save than sorry. Then... It is time for Wayfinder. Will we really not forget the lessons we've learned? Why are you leaning against the wall in a weird pose? But I was looking at a statue. Hey, let the man be. He probably has some pain in his back or something. You could have heard my joints quack if you came in earlier. I should pay a visit to an artificer. See if I can get some cushioning for my waist. I'm not sure the gun knight armor must take into account the special needs of the elderly. Young gun knights need it too. Perhaps mitigate the recoil from our guns. Activities tomorrow. Our preparations to the Shrine of Nurtury. Mother's in stable condition. Anton has taken good care of her. Will give birth to a healthy, beautiful infant tomorrow. Visitor in the Castilian delegation, the Twin Empresses and the Lifanian delegation, the delegation from EG Institute of Development Planning, the Tianchi delegation, led by Jans and Wolf General Rights. That's a lot of titles. Tomorrow, all the visitors to the Holy City are invited to the Shrine of Nurtury to witness the birth of a new life. Why did you need me, then, if everything is in order? Our newest cardinal, Lemon? She came to see the Matriarch. I'm wondering, did she happen to pass by as she was investigating the bombings? Drop in to take a look and propose to provide help to the Shrine of Nurtury on a whim? At first, thought she came because of the attack on Anton. When I saw the look on her face after she shot the Matriarch, it's clear that she has suspicions. I thought I quelled those. Lemon possesses a keen edge that few others have, especially when focused on a single matter. There's certainly no better fit for a cardinal of the 7th Tribunal. At the same time, there's also no worse fit. Yeah, now we actually cannot keep our government secrets. More often than not, she relies solely on her own judgment when it comes to where she will focus her attention. So we need to be on guard against her. You make her sound like some evil organization plotting to overthrow Laterano. I thought, are they not affiliated with the Pope? I thought this would be all planned by the Pope, but Who is to say? For some, the future that we usher in will overturn life as they know it. Our empathy, our kindred and family, even the concept of sanctity itself, existing limitations will be cast aside. Concept of sanctity itself, I guess, maybe they did just figure that everybody would be fallen, but that seems wild. It should have been the predetermined end of the Tavano's path, but the path has gone on far too long. Some people take the accidents that happened in the process as the norm. Now they can't accept the predetermined end. This is correct. We should prepare early. I deal with Lemon. Get back to the Shrine of Nurturing and get ready for tomorrow's ceremony. May the Lord's blessing be with the city. My excuses. My apologies, actually, is the sentence I should say. No, my excuses, you know. They're bad. The red-headed sanctum runs through a forest of white and blue, like a tiny flame flickering in the vein. The cloud on that comfort belt is almost the size of Kosor's van, and a cradle large enough to hold 2 cargo containers. It is... I guess we are birthing the lion god or something. The clouds hanging up in the comfort belt seem to block out the sunlight, the hands holding up the cradles reaching towards the clouds. In this place, every living thing appears small and insignificant. Huh? What the heck? Man, I can't believe she doesn't believe in hell and sends her to a swimming. It feels so empty and quiet, but more than half of these nurseries are occupied. Children, outsiders, even fallen angels. Nurturers are busy. Looks like they've been living here for a while. Didn't you say most of the facilities are empty and will only open to the public when that ceremony is done? That's not true at all. I have to recover the bombs. Well, I could stop the ceremony by blowing up the venue, but the space is full of people. Okay, at least there's a conscience, but yeah. What the hell is... Can I get context what actually they're doing here? I think I went through all that effort to slip past the guards. I wish the girls were here. I just could have knocked out all these guards and dragged them outside. Aggressor could have barged into the rooms and packed up everyone inside. She just has a cute smile, though. Or I could just get the boss to do a meet and greet opposite the ceremony to draw everybody's attention. Forget it. There's no time. I gotta get to work. How did I never realize that she also has, like, Emperor Tusk as a, like, keychain plushie thing? I'll take these bombs apart and think of another way. It would be easier if we cut the blue wire first. What? It is time for them to meet. Yippee. When did he get back? Well, Levin's hunch was right as... Well, the attacks were, like, not really the bombings, but the bombings were planned there. Entirely unremarkable apartment. Except for the fact that its roof offers a perfect view of the plaza in front of the Shrine of Nurturing. Is that why you chose to hide here, Arturia? Another happy reunion. And much sooner than I expected. You did not attempt to conceal your trail. She wanted you to see this performance or something. The paper dragonfly was a clear clue. Saw you such musical arts more than once in Zwillingstürme. Well, I hate to admit it, but you've learned a whole lot of my secrets, Fady. Wait, your executor here not tell you that I'm his beloved Sora, Sister Hildegard? Huh? You're my distant relative, and that does not impede me from exercising oversight over you. Before I brought you back to La Tavano on the outskirts of Zwillingstürme, I warned you. I will increase my vigilance over you in order to determine the subjective motivations and possible objective consequences of your actions. And I will shoot to kill if I find anything suspicious, Coxgun. I remember the sunset that day. It was so beautiful. So hard-headed he's fun, isn't he, Sister Hildegard? You were always cooperative, Arturia. That's why Landmaster gave you a degree of leeway. You deceived us, man. What a shocker. I apologize, sister. I hope my impertinence will not be detrimental to you or to London Monastery. Why did you leave London Monastery without permission, Arturia? Look at the shrine, Fede. So fast, so full of vitality. It reaches into the clouds, surpassing even the eponymous twin towers of Zwilling's Terminal Lifanian. Okay, it's time that I learn a new word today. What the hell is eponymous? Of relating to or constituting an eponym, named after something else or deriving from an existing name or words. I see. Is this the Quaes authority that Lottavano wants to build? Yes, we have very strict birth control. Everybody will get an ID directly. Look at the haloless outsiders being guided inside. What are Lottavano's plans for them? What have you found, Arturia? Do you remember our short stay at Woods Island before returning to Lottavano? I met a mysterious guest there. Told me that there may come a day when Lottavano is no longer a warm, cozy little cottage for the Sanctus. Later, Sister Hildegard, look at what lies before you. Do you not suspect that the day has come? What has become of the holy city that we were so proud of? Yeah, now that we actually are tolerant to other races. What do you mean? You're ever vigilant, Fede. You must have noticed something, no? Otherwise, you'd have greeted me with the bevel of your gun. But something is off, I get it. Are those bombs? Look pretty powerful. I'm proud of you. Sis, you're walking again? Uh-huh. Hooray! Was it you that I saw in Via Chavita and that Amos saw outside the firearms workshop? How did you manage to make so many bombs despite the cursed cunt full of explosive materials? You're as good as this as ever. Silly me, just doing some crime. Alright, spit it out, Al. What are you trying to do? Blow up the shrine? Stop the nativity? Or sabotage the whole summit of nations? Stay back, sis. No, we're gonna have to hug at some point, right? Massive pillar cuts the light and shadow open. Levin stops in her tracks, keeping her distance from Exu. That's the Cardinal's cassock you're wearing, isn't it? You're with the government now. Does it look good on me? Totally! It's so cool! It was a little loose around the waist when I got it the day before my creation. I had to stay up all night fixing it. I wish I wasn't wearing this for our reunion. Did you come back by yourself, or do you have friends with you? You're pumping me for information now. Hey, you know she's smart. You're a simple girl, after all. You're not in school. This isn't a graduation ceremony. You really just decide to live things up like this on your own. Who's behind you? Why did they put you up to this? I just got paid very well, okay? This confession machine just gave me 5,000 Langman dollars. Hey, let's try this. Apple pie with mayonnaise. Let a slice, want another. You remembered! We had a fight that wasn't going anywhere, or a secret we didn't want to share. That's our password to set things aside. I can feel the emotions, Al. Agitation. Impatience, worry, not even knowing how to explain. My job is to capture the culprits who are trying to sabotage the Summit of Nations. We'll file a request with the courier to personally handle the follow-up to this case. Sancta sisters stand off against one another, neither making a single move, nor speaking a single word. It is Lemon who finally breaks the silence with a sigh. You are under arrest. In that instant, Exo flies toward her and hugs her tightly. Okay, yippee! Oh, that's the reaction I know from an Ellen Trouble. I miss you, sis! It's been a while. Have you grown? Of course not! I was almost an adult when I left Laterano. I guess Lemon is actually taller than her. Yeah. You don't have to talk like you're my mom, sis. She's just very concerned about you. She has heard about your plans to being a fucking terrorist, okay? Is that what I sound like? Did you tie your hair yourself? It's coming loose. Let me tie it for you. Still careless as ever. Of course I'm not as good as you at that. What are you doing here anyway? Don't tell me you knew I would show up. Thus reviewing the Schweine's security measures. It was remarkable enough to see the matriarch paying for a pregnant Sarkas. And then I ran into you. This must all be a simulation. Matriarch? Pregnant Sarkas praying? Would a nativity be? So you don't know what's in the Schwein either? Oh, it is your turn to pump me for information. Taught you to do that. She learned from her big sis. I didn't turn bad, I promise. The people who are supporting me now, they are good influence, I promise. I'm not alone, I'm not being used. There's a lot that's wrong here, but it's hard to explain. I need more time. I come home after I've done what I have to. Lemon ties one last knot with the string, and pushes up slightly so the strand of hair on the side of her sister's head will not come loose so easily. Next instant, she finds that her arms are empty. Oh. But hey, have a bomb. I leave the disarming of the bombs to you, sis. I mean, your eminence. Aw. Lemon hears the ticking of bomb countdowns in all directions. She looks in the direction where her sister disappeared. There's no position to give chase. She never changes, does she? I mean, she has a conscience at least. I do like when people do not just blow up all innocent people. Citizen, if you're here to view the nativity, you up at the security check line in the plaza. You've been dawdling here for a while. Oh, I'm sorry. I just thought there would be explosions. I'm just waiting for someone. Oh. There's a large amount of traffic going on in and out of the shrine today. Ask for your cooperation and to refrain from loitering. Sorry. It's been in there all day. The plan was to blow up important structural elements in the shrine to prevent the ceremony, whatever it's called, from being held as scheduled. Should have been out by now. Don't tell me she's been caught. But I've been here all this time. There's been no movement inside. But I must have run into some kind of trouble that's holding her up. Come on, Vani, think. What can you do? Start just screaming that somebody planted bombs. I have 2 small original powder tubes that could turn into an improvised bomb. Oh, you know, just throw a bomb in a general direction. Wait for a nice chain reaction to blow up the whole place. It wouldn't be very powerful, but it should cause enough commotion to distract the guards and allow L2. Let's set it here. No one's paying any attention. All I need to do is set it off. Aline's arm finds the barrel of a gun, preventing it from moving down any further. Don't let that thing go boom, girl. Stand up, slowly. We're on gun night. Those tools and all. You work at a firearms workshop? I have 10 minutes. Explain yourself, girl. What are you up to here? Or should I say, who are you trying to cover for? Right? This is how she gets arrested and death penalty. Let's go, Al. What about Master Pack? Rochester's sleeping. His vision's been getting worse, and the doctor wants him to get plenty of rest. You shouldn't wake him if you're careful. There's something I need to tell you first, Vani. It's so weird when you talk all serious like that. Listen, if you get caught, just give me up to whoever it is. Whether it's the Pontifical Cohorts, the Executors, or the Gun Knights. Don't worry about me. I have friends in high places. I came in the middle of the night, kicked your door open, and forced you to make bombs and stand guard for me. You're an innocent little angel who doesn't know anything. What? That's my condition for letting you come with me. Just because I'm shy doesn't mean I'm a coward. I know. I'm glad you decided to help me. The Curious seems to be taking it very seriously. Who knows what punishment they have in store for somebody trying to bomb it. Yeah, kinda, probably very bad. Besides, Latavano's very different from how I remember it. But no buts or what's abouts. I can handle this on my own. Besides, Spectrum Physics Company culture says, never share the glory when you can hoard it all for yourself. Yeah, you know, have at least an impressive track record for your investments and everything, you know? Be the sole subject. But hey, she is a real friend. I came on my own. Interesting girl. Old men like me don't get a lot of chances to talk to the youth. Unfortunately, the ceremony is about to begin. You won't talk, I have to hand you over to the executors of the Notarial Hall. Stop right there, Patterson! One thing I don't recognize is sanctimonious face of yours just because you're hiding behind a hunk of sheet metal. Oh, it's... my legs. Ag? What do you mean? Something going on with the Holy City? Would you care to explain? Do I have to guess from your meaningful glances at one another? That's not related to our investigation, sister. At this time, I have not determined that you need to know more. Huh? In any case, Arturia, you'll have to come back with us. I don't dislike you. In fact, I'm rather fond of you. But if your actions will bring harm to Land Mustavi, then I pull no punches. I ask you something, Sister Hildegard. Huh? You love the monastery and Latavano, don't you? Or should I say, how did you establish an emotional connection to Latavano as a Lippari? I've lived at the Land Monastery for a long time. I was brought up by the brothers and sisters there. We work together to make bread and beer, doing our best to keep the monastery solvent. She's just an alcoholic, okay? I belong here. Of course I love this place. If you're asking why there are so many Lipparis in the Holy City, you've read the Saint's Travels, haven't you? About that. Don't tell me you only use it to make your paper dragon fly. Oof. Poor Shadow. According to the Saint's Travels, the first encounter between the Lippari and Latavano began with a herd of burden beasts. Oh, I at least appreciate this. Thank you. Many years ago, a group of Lippari were scattered by a herd of burden beasts while seeking water in the wilderness. Animals carried grain on their backs, forming an orderly procession as they trailed into the distance. Liberty spent great effort to hunt the burnt beasts. Never imagined that these creatures of the wild could move in such orderly manner, so they followed the beasts. Then Liberty saw the halo bearers in the fields, singing as they guided the herd of burnt beasts into the assembly of pearl white buildings behind them. At a time when the Liberty still lived naked in the wild, seeking water and game, those people had learned to tame wild beasts and build cities safe from catastrophe. I guess it makes sense that some of the species developed basically faster than others. More importantly, the Liberty found that those people had the confidence and optimism that was alien to the Liberty. Because of their halos and empathy. From the moment of their birth, they could feel each other's feelings and understand one another. They barely knew conflict, they were able to overcome crises that would destroy any other race. They created the perfect order, naming it the law. I can understand that feeling. Even as the courier cut off funding to the monastery, even as its buildings fell into disrepair, even as I fretted over the monastery's books. The Sanctus of Land Monastery never seemed to fear that there might come a day when we would have to close our doors. Their confidence and optimism let them accept the presence of the Liberty nearby, learning from them and becoming part of the whole. Yes, over the ages, the Sanctus have almost completely assimilated the holy city's Liberty, other than the halo, which never can be shared. Till now, we had to be special, able to take in everything. Like a concerto with a clear main theme. Tavano has never been just a warm, cozy little cottage for the Sanctus Fedi. After you escaped, you went searching for a missing pregnant woman from a nomadic abbey, but there have been no such recent reports of a missing person at Toll Hall records. Explain yourself, Arturia. A poor mother has gone missing in the Tavano. A little incident that no one has paid any heed. But by chance I once touched the note of her heart while playing in the wheat fields. I discovered where she went. Do you mean? Patience, Fedi. Wait and see. The big play is coming to a start pretty soon. We've come this far. You don't need me to explain it to you. Is this the girl you took in? I have to forgive Reverend Gun Knight, then I don't have the adoption papers on me. What? If you can take in a Liberty, why can't I take in a Sancta? She's a good girl, you know. You're the only Sancta I've ever had a real problem understanding. That mouth of yours. How long has it been since we last met, Pack? I forget. Never thought much about it. Didn't think I would need to. Back on topic. The apprentice was attempted to. On my orders. Man, everybody's just taking the fall for Exu. Why? An act of protest. Isn't that so hard to understand? The courier shut down over 100 firearms workshops overnight. A livelihood for decades. The shop I counted on for my retirement. All gone in a blink of an eye. When I heard you were throwing some party here, thought I might force the courier to hear the voice of this humble citizen. One of all these honored guests. I should have done it myself, but I'm old, my legs and eyes aren't what they used to be. So had a girl run this errand for me. I thought you had gone into a different line of work, Pack. Screw that. Why should I? You still have the nerves to use that gun I made after you exiled Chia from La Tavano? Man, do they have old beef? Just give up being a dedicated supplier for you gun knights. Phew. How exactly do you plan on dealing with this? The caught red-handed attempting to bomb the Shrine of Nurtury and sabotage the nativity. Will you once again escort your friend out of La Tavano as a gun knight so to protect the sanctity of paradise? One who just happens to be a Liberty as well. This has nothing to do with you being Liberty, Pack. To be fair, she wanted to basically bomb the plaza, so I maybe justified for once. If indeed violated the law, then I have no choice but to suffer another parting. And yet, I see that no harm was actually done, was there? Take your apprentice and go. Come along, Vani. Kept onto me. I left in a hurry and forgot the new classes you got me. Relevant. One story doesn't stand up to scrutiny. I know. The appropriate course of action will be to take them in for questioning. They don't need any potential risk. That won't be necessary. Besides, I don't need another fight with that old bloke. This bomb is simple, improvised. The girl was obviously made it on the spot, but it means that her accomplice is still in sight. We assign an extra team of gun knives and work with the patrols to ensure the shrine's security. Yes, Reverend. Strange. Is he still in the Shrine of Nurtury? Cardinal 8 Amos. Reverend Patterson, long time no see. Long time indeed. What is their past? What are you all worked up about? Have you seen Cardinal Lemon? There's something I wanted to check with her. She hasn't returned to the 7th Tribunal since visiting the Shrine of Nurtury. She just is visiting and catching up with her sister, okay? If this has something to do with the explosion, I must be kept in the loop. Yes, Reverend. I bumped into Sancton via Borkos in Parkus Harbor to complete a takeover of a firearms workshop. There was a visible reaction from the Cardinal when I mentioned this to her. I checked the appearance of the individual I encountered against the database of registered citizens, found a match in the external personal files. She must have been on the scene of the explosion in Pargus de Vunos. She has certain ties to the Cardinal. Oh. Man, I guess there's not that many veterans Sancta, huh? I mean, okay, I guess he actually saw her direct face, so okay, I guess he could identify her. Don't have much time, sister. Must return to the Shrine of Nurtury. Let me confirm. I'm not sure if the individual currently under care will die. But you want to make funeral preparations for her? You know, just be safe. Yes, she's not in a good shape. I will do all that I can as her nurturer. But it will not preclude me from preparing for the worst. Seems so un-Lateran. What should a Lateran be like? Oh, that's a complicated question. I guess I have faith that it actually works out, you know? You are the one that's praying. Very well. I hope we will not have cause to meet again. I didn't believe it when you said it, but we really did come back here and then. The Ecclesia Vacuum, this field of irises, are they familiar to you? Your reminiscences over them? Who is this? Am I stupid? I might be stupid. There are many Ecclesia Vegetorium in Laterano. So I think it would be inappropriate for me to do that about an Ecclesia Vegetorium in my present position. I forgot. You are a high and mighty nurturer now. Who are you? Was it you who followed me and attacked me in the shrine? Followed? Attacked? Who is the one who is met here and then? You or me? If you didn't want us to walk the same path as you, why did you call us Pathfinders? Ah, okay. It's an initial shrine that devours. It is the righteous path that you found, one that has led you astray. I do not recall promising to walk the same path as anyone, before I met the Matriarch. As for the Shrine of Nurtury, it's true that it has guided my path. But sinister? Must be some misunderstanding. This is for the future or something. Enough, Endin. Nakasgavis. Don't play the fool with me. Nakasgavis. Can I? Is it in time to learn more things? Is it just Latin or am I stupid? Oh, that's... Is this just bullshit, basically? Oh, it makes sense. They love to swear in Latin for some reason. I guess this is how you get away without increasing your age rating. A dozen of us never came back from the shrine. The path you found demands our sacrifice. We at least deserve to be told. Or, if you're really shameless enough to deny the connection, at least have the decency to say it to my face. No, I don't understand. We have plenty of time to figure it out. Please don't. There are many children I must care for. And that mother. Let's go. Very cinematic fight scene. Ah, damn it! It's them! Pull back! It's who? Ah. Man. Kinda ironic if Bia actually saves Andrin. I didn't know better. I would say you were trying to hit Andrin with that one. He's proven hard enough to kill so far. I figured it was an acceptable risk. Your matter, Mostima. You've really made yourself a lot of enemies, haven't you, Andrin? I'll go after them while you two talk. There's no need. I don't know why they're targeting me, but I can't help but feel they're determined. People like that inevitably have complex pasts and simple motivations. How compassionate. How could you do what you did to your own cohort then? Why don't you repent before Mostima and Lemon? Why wouldn't you tell us what the one on the lock and key made you see, deep in the dungeon? Why didn't you ever give us an answer? More accurately, share the question with us. Must each follow our own paths, for your matter. We keep vague posting about that one, I get it. Is that why you attacked Lemon and fled? Or coming back with that Mudwerk, hiding in the Shrine of Nurtury under your protection, like nothing ever happened? Is this your path? What salvation did you find in the years that you went off the grid? I never found salvation, or do I feel like nothing ever happened? However, life is short. If I do not find the answer I seek soon, my sins and your pain will become meaningless. The day after I was released from Land Monastery, I left La Tavano, believing that I would find something. I just went into this woman that went like, what if we birth a new god? Next 5 years were like a blur. All I remember is going from one place to another, alone in many directions before that. Actually, since I guess the magic is also still somewhat of a newcomer to La Tavano itself, then like, how did she rise to so much power and everything? How is this happening? I often wonder if something has gone wrong with my memory. And then I found a matriarch. She was headed for the Holy City, though she had been delayed greatly by helping the wounded and needy along the way. She made me believe that the answer still lies in La Tavano. She promised me a miracle, and that thousands upon thousands more miracles will be born from us. We return to La Tavano to fulfill this promise with her. Takias, just shut up! You're babbling to yourself and making zero sense. Listen here, Andrin. After I kicked you out of that gathering the other day, Patterson spent a long time telling me how important you, the shrine of yours, not ceremony you're holding are. But what is even the ceremony? You just keep saying it's important. And I guess we're giving birth for that. And I must seen the old man so serious, so I promised him I wouldn't pick a fight with you. Yet. I didn't save your life because I've forgiven you. You just don't deserve to die before you truly repented for what you did and paid the proper price. The activity is about to start, isn't it? I'm sorry, I must go. Good morning. Honored kindred, returned messengers, emissaries from all across Terra, and guests who have set foot in the Holy City for the first time to the Abbeys, I greet you. The shrine in which we now find ourselves was not built to demonstrate La Tavano's power and authority for the Summit of Nations. However, I'm glad from the bottom of my heart it was completed in time for all of us to gather here today. Every birth brings new possibilities. For the continuation of faith, for the fight against calamity. Only in this way can we shape the future. There's even more true for the La Tavano of the future. I bid you now, prepare and listen to the heartbeat of new life. It's time to, I guess, birth another Sancta Sarkas hybrid or something. Well, it's time for enlightenment. Actually, maybe I'll take another quick break. I'm sorry. I just need to stretch my legs. I will be right back in like 3 minutes, and then we will see the new baby cry, probably in Bivini. Okay, I'm back. Let's get enlightenment. Well, it's gonna be a long one since it was standalone thingy. But luckily I also got more things to slurp. Wait a moment, Senior Executor. So you never intended to bring Arturia back to London Monastery? I never stated that I would. He is so right. Well, if you won't, I will. There are certain things I must certain with Arturia. No, Federico. It won't do to torment a poor nun like that. Michelle? Did you have to run away so suddenly? All I did was joke around with you a little in front of that confessional. What was the joke? I love FedEx. Okay. Anyway, I know this fugitive's a tough one, so I brought reinforcements. Giving up my chance to witness the nativity in the process. Aren't you touched? I never requested assistance from the notarial hall. I know. You hardly ever work with the other executors. You think I volunteered for this? Special orders, jointly issued by all 7 tribunals of the Curia. Pretty shocked when I got the orders. For a moment there I thought that Arturia had convinced you to commit treason. Yeah? I have no such intention, and she has no such power. I've completed my assessment and determined that any risk to the Curia can be eliminated. You and your man stand down now, Executor Michelle. Are you defying the special orders, Federico? He is committing treason. Let's go. You have no authority to refuse. My orders were to oversee Federico's apprehension of Arturia before the nativity, and to bring both of you in should there be any suspicious behavior. Not so fast, Senor Executor. Are you talking to me, Senora Arturia? Of course. How about I play such a nice bit of music for you? Been sitting in the monastery ever since I got back. I think I would like to stretch my legs for a while longer still. It's been more than a decade since I last saw nightfall up in the holy city. The view from the spot is remarkable. So you're resisting arrest. Oh, I do so hate overtime. Stay behind us, Sister Hildegard. You do the honors, Federico. You've been on the criminal's case for years. No one knows how to expect better than you. Looks like the latter one has long had its eye on you, Fede. Raise your gun. Won't be the first time. Yeah, but this time he thinks he actually might have a point. Tia stands at the edge of the roof. Federico has many questions, but he can see that her fingers are already touching the strings. Behind her, Federico sees the Shrine of Nurgery. So tall, he cannot see the top, and the infant crowns meandering towards it. Michel and his other colleagues stand behind him. Federico hears the sound of weapons being locked and loaded. Tensions run high. It is as though he must prove something as executor. There's no time to think. Federico raises his gun. You've admitted to escaping confinement, Arturia. The authority of the Lateran Notarial Hall, I'm hereby reassessing your danger and apprehension procedures. You must fulfill your obligations to the Lateran citizen and work with us to resolve any threat to Laterano. Without warning, the muzzle of Federico's gun flashes. But he shot not Arturia, did he? At the same time, music pours out of the cello, coming one with the hymns emitting from the direction of the Shrine of Nurgery, drowning out the sounds on the roof. Federico, what are you doing? Committing treason, baby. I shot at the building beside you. I did not strike any of you. See, technically speaking, this is legal. But that hurts, Mastikia. I think a rock hit my head. Am I bleeding? Do you know what you have done, Federico? Yes, you are bleeding. I will submit a detailed report once the incident is resolved. I will include a detailed explanation of the head injury you have suffered. That was decisive, Senor Executor. Now, how do you intend to handle all these unconscious people? What are you looking for? Michelle has an annual pass for the confessionals. They can deliver these people to a hospital. Now, share your discoveries and work with me to resolve any dangers to Latavano. It's just a guess. You chased me all the way here, then got your cohorts out of the way. You've evidently arrived at the same theory I have. It's almost time, Fady. Perhaps the city itself will soon tell us exactly what has happened to it. We were taken over by the Matriarch or something. Never seen so many outsiders in Latavano. That's for sure. Last Summit of Nations didn't have enough guests to fill a single hotel. Yeah, but since then people realized maybe we could work together. Or maybe this... what is going on, man? Spot every cardinal and curious here. It's so crowded. The air is even more awkward than the Basilica. We're far enough on the edge, Mastema. You're like the cleaner standing against the wall of a casino. Whatever this nativity is, it's probably Anduin bringing out a Sancta kid who just learned to talk. So the matter extending there gets to ceremonially polish the kid's halo. All symbolic puff. We could be home watching One-Armed Saint-Guy too instead. You know, Massimus climbing in my character rankings just because of this. Let's just think of it as watching Nurture Anduin work. I've already said all that needs to be said to him. My heart's been feeling twitchy for some reason. Do you feel it, Massima? Yeah. Fiametta turns sideways. She has never seen such a serious expression on her friend's face. I'm feeling nervous. No, anxious, fearful. It's excitement and expectation, and I don't know why. Is she feeling empathy without a halo? I can't describe it. It's like my heartbeat isn't my own. Is this empathy? You're a fallen angel and I'm a Liberi. Neither of us has the power. No, it's not just us. It's everyone in the nursery. Fiametta scans the crowd and is not certain that this heartbeat is not an illusion. The emotions that she is feeling are written on every face in the crowd. Every heart present throbs to this beat, which does not belong to them. Look up. What? Comfort bells. Fiametta follows her friend's gaze. All the doors and windows were closed when the nativity began. Not so much as the priest can get in. Or nobody can get out. Ever thought about that? That is not up to safety regulations. But the comfort bells are swaying in time, one singing in the Hall of Enlightenment with them, and one's in the corridors leading to the nurseries. Yet they do not produce the chimes that they should. A sort of medium, like the musical devices that Lifanians use. My guess is right, you're feeling the heartbeat of the mother who is giving birth. Huh? It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same as what I felt when I waited outside the living room when my wife gave birth. I could feel the unfathomable pain, but she would not give up. Her emotions tugged at mine, and we both spoke the name that we had already decided. Bailey. Bailey. Lord above! The mother fainted? She's too weak. Pain of birthing is more than she can take. It's not good. My heart's about to leap out of my mouth. She's not giving up. Lord, holy city most pure, have mercy on us. Have mercy on us. Have mercy on us. This really is a form of empathy. But how did he create this? Comfort bells sway violently throughout the hall. Is it just through the bells? I guess it could be similar to Arturia's arts, right? The ever-shifting emotions and the irregular heartbeats tug at everyone's nerves. No one knows who the mother is, what her name is, how old she is. where she came from, but everyone knows what she is experiencing. No one moves a single step. The fragile newborn has not yet triumphed over death. The struggle to break through the shell of ignorance seems eternal. Inside a shrine of nurtury, thousands of people experience a childbirth together. Yippee! Such clear empathy should never have existed in Laterano. Now we can all join the hive mind. After a long, long time, the heartbeat begins to weaken till all is silent. Oof. That's kinda sad. Right? It's kinda ballsy that I guess on one hand Anden was preparing that this could happen, right? Since she was in a weakened state and still choosing like this. Actually, how did did they kinda induce the labor or something like that? How did they time it for for everyone to be here for the ceremony then? Curious. Connect the sensor via the activated timer. Last bomb is ready. Damn, it's really hard not to march with this heartbeat. Fortunately, I've got the quickest brain in Penguin Logistics. I can just turn off emotions. I could play a super music tycoon with one hand and Vegan bottle shooting with the other, and beat both the boss and Texas at the same time. All the practice wasn't for nothing. 2-minute countdown. Drop this corridor, and the path to the nursery will be cut off. Hope my sister's intel is good. The Shrine of Nurtury took a pregnant Sarkas on a nomadic abbey, and got her to give birth to a Sarkas at the Summit of Nations in this crazy ceremony. I don't know what they're trying to do, if I can keep her from appearing in front of the crowd. Excuse me, you're in the way. Mother's about to give birth. I want to get closer and pray for her. Sorry, wait. Huh? Pregnant Sarkas? Aren't you the one? Yeah, what of it? Huh? That is trippy. Shouldn't you be giving birth? Lemuel, right? We've met before. This is support you to our place. Oh, Pimeda's grandpa, Salve. She said hi in Latin. Finally, my Latinum is worth it. Yippee! Others are searching for the bombs and utilizing them, Reverend Patterson. Good work. Stop the Sancta. She has more explosives on her. Snipers are in position. We'll shoot to kill if the suspect attempts to escape. Right, it's kinda true, huh? You. Reverend Patterson. You're late, Cardinal Lemon. Take the suspect back to the 7th Tribunal. But definitely isn't about the Sarkas then. The heartbeat that resonated throughout the hall has quieted down. And I am confused. The door opens to a corridor. Axel looks in the direction of the sound. I guess he helped personally with the labor, huh? Carrying a small bundle, the nurture stands in the light, shining through the door. The signs and ropes are stained with blood, but the bundle is clean. With head bowed, he walks slowly towards the Hall of Enlightenment, towards the waiting matriarch. The crowd parts to let him through. Thank you, Anduin. Matriarch takes the newborn from the nurturer. She cannot see and does not realize that his paw is furrowed in sorrow. Matriarch gently opens the bundle and reveals the newborn. It's a bird? It looks like a chocobo, to be honest. A fledgling beast. leans against the matriarch's shoulder. Mokia's membrane still sticking to its infantile paws. The wet and creased fur shows no sign of relaxing. His eyes are closed, his breathing barely audible. As you can see, the first life that the Shrine of Nurture has poured into this world is this fledgling arbor beast. But that empathy is crazy if it like even basically works on animals. His weight is nothing, his weight is everything. Before I came to Atavano, I found his mother in an abandoned nomadic abbey. She was so famished, her feathers fallen, I did not at first recognize her as an arbor beast. A hunter's spear had impaled the mother's abdomen, but missed the fetus by inches. How does that work, huh? I do not know how his mother hid for so long, how she survived, how she stayed awake through the pain and hunger. Until now. I thank the strong mother, our sancta and Lippery brethren, our honored guests from afar. This child was born amidst our prayers. He is a miracle that ye have made together. But why? Why do his eyes not open? Matriarch, Rainbow's breathing is growing weaker. Oof. I guess the miracle wasn't strong enough. I tried everything I could think of. His mother gave her all. Perhaps the mother's injuries were too grave, depriving the fetus of nutrition. And then, we may have all have forgotten one thing. Do you mean? The childbirth was long and painful, but from beginning to end, all felt through the comfort bells, through empathy, was a single heartbeat. This child was so weak that he could not even express his desire to live. Most primal, most instinctive cry of life. And then bows his head and does not speak. Oh, better than looking at it. I kinda assumed he would just kill the basically Saka's mother off. Is this what you thought the nativity would be, Mustima? No. Normally, we'd already be cutting the cake beside a crying baby. Damn, this is depressing. Would it mean that after all that effort from the mother, the baby was still born? Paso, how could this be? Lord above, is there anything we can do? Like what we did just now, the thousands of us here? What if I never felt a baby's heartbeat after hours of waiting outside the delivery room? What would my wife and I have done? No, I can't bear to imagine it. Poor baby, if you can hear my voice. That is a cute burp though. Somewhere in the crowd, someone begins sobbing. Gradually more and more people lose control of their emotions. Their cries join together, echo through the halls of the poor mother and her stillborn child. I guess grief is a strong emotion. Now we can all share it, and then we link up, and I don't know what the plan is. Huh. Huh. Then another cry rings out. I guess he did find the way to give other vases halos? It's not just that sound. It is young and bright. The fledgling arbor beast opens its eyes, and as though sensing the emotions of the crowd, cries out for the first time in its life. It stretches its limbs, and the sheen raucously returns to its fur. Matriarch embraces the newborn life tightly, crying tears of joy. One such tear drops from the empty eye sockets behind her veil, falling up in the fledgling's head, reflecting the light of the sun. The fledgling does not stop crying, so driven by the wailing, light begins to break free of the void shackles, becoming rich and full. A halo. The mark of the Sancta, the symbol of the law, the embodiment of truth, illuminated this unfamiliar creature. A shining, miraculous beacon. The Lord has once again answered our prayer. He has blessed this child. This is a miracle not seen in 1,000 years. Its appearance on the eve of calamity is a revelation from the law. We are all witnesses, all praise Bird Lord. We are all participants. Henceforth we are born equal and one, beginning with the Holy City and ending with the Holy City. A Sancta. The Matrix embrace, the newborn licks her arms. Yes, awakened. Once again the comfort bells sway. A new heartbeat, strong and regular, fills the shrine of nurtury. I guess this was planned all along then? Latavanok wandered a Halo to an Arborburst beast fledgling? In the most incredible miracle, the saint's travels pales in comparison. Is this a divine blessing or a terrible calamity? My greater concern is whether this too well should be believed. I guess also fair, could be very staged, right, in a sense. Since when did you start doubting everything you see? There are too many details, Arturia. Unusual confessional. The boundless wheat fields. The crackdown on the manufacturing of firearms and explosives. The firearms workshops being shut down. Sudden change in Land Monastery's role. Abrupt changes in the administration of the Courier. Colleagues who suddenly appeared to interfere with my investigation. Is this where I should connect the dots? Am I too stupid? Was the appearance of Richelle and his men, despite the fact that he should not have known my movements, confirmed my suspicions. Otherwise I would have continued my efforts to apprehend you. Huh. All of these anomalies converged at the Shrine of Nurtury, seems to have appeared out of nowhere, an activity that so many have fixed their eyes on. The missing mother you were investigating from Rheumatic Abbey was the pregnant Arbor Beast? Yes. By chance, my music crossed paths with the voice of her heart. I could have said that sooner. I followed the trail here. The singular item that brought me to my conclusion of greater weight than any of the above. The South Latin people seem obvious to all of this. Also, that soundtrack is a banger. They are great at making music. Everything in life has been turned upside down. But in this country, the city, life goes on, oddly as ever, as though things have always been so. And 6 million Lettermans continue to live as they always have. It's hard for us to convince ourselves that we are the only sane ones. Self-doubt is an invaluable experience for a hardhead like you, isn't it? Are you certain now? Yes. Mathematics, physics, geography, archaeology, astronomy. No theory or knowledge in science, theology or philosophy can explain this. This is a miracle. The Lord was actually real. A city with a population of 6 million, sharing the same hallucination. We were all caught in a dream, I said it. Or something. But the present circumstances clearly run contrary to the order of Latavan and the foundation of the law. I've no doubt. What a coincidence. Neither do I. Did the whole priestess thing and fucking Provisium change something down in the server and, like, that affected the overall reality around here somehow even? Well, we are in the minus dimension now. Right. I'm sure we can fix this. What the hell? The sound of comfort bells echoes in the sky above the city. Jealous music draws up my quack, like a hand reaching into the city. Next instant, both sounds are brought to an abrupt halt. Silence. Calls that come and go in front of the square have never existed. But Havana has never been so quiet, even when the city is gazed upon from the highest roof of the basilica. Pedovico and Arturia are unsure if they blinked. A scene most incomprehensible plays out before their eyes. The shrine continues to tower over the city, utterly out of place, but now dreamlike colors begin to run across its surface. Almost reaching the clouds, it spills its colors up in the pristine white buildings surrounding it. Doors and windows open to the streets, and alleys of Laterano, wherever the shrine shadow touches, and creatures the likes of which have never been seen before emerge from them. The scene is indescribable. There's no doubt in Federico or Arturia that this is the real Laterano. The next instant, the same word slips from their mouths. Calamity. Well, I would, I guess, fucking with your own reality count as a calamity. Communion. I mean, this went this 10 and has... Okay, that's gonna be long. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna finish it this week, but I'll keep going. Boop, 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 boop. Castle? We just see more Sancta fall? No. Slow down. You got a death wish or something? You're carrying a damned original plate. You're all dead if you top it. Seriously, what is wrong with this family using this as a pickling stone? I really like their pickles with a touch of originum. You know, I do love my pickles with cancer flavor. Shut your beep and keep moving. You gotta clear this whole district before the end of the day. Unless you want the overseer to chew our heads off after lich juices. So many houses, and you gotta clean every single speck of originum of them. Doesn't Barbara have a dedicated construction team? You are it. Congratulations. Why don't we just tear it all down and rebuild from scratch? So it's gonna take some getting used to, not having any originum around. I said, shut your mouth. We didn't have a choice but to rely on the mines. Now that Castle doesn't need to worry about the energy anymore. Of course he got a clean house. Unless you like living in a den of originum. Hey, watch where you're going, Lich. You fat tucked away, Lich. Who knows what might happen if they got tied up in the originum. That's not very polite. Alright, sir, let's go. At some point, Ermengarde needs to be also playable. You can cut the threads with your horns if they do get tied up. But who knows what dimension my thread will drag you into if it comes to that. That's just a vague threat. Alright, don't think I should scare you any further. Gentlemen, go ahead. Did I imagine it? What's that light? It came from the house up there, maybe. Let's take a look. I go. What? This house is survived by the agricultural plate that has just been integrated. It must be from one of those soil beacons in reaction to the original plate that you're carrying. Visitor finds out the farmland that she spent 2 years cultivating got polluted. Man, she's gonna be upset. Alright, let's get out of here. Don't come any closer. Ermengarde looks at the agitated girl standing in front of her, trying to shield the man behind her with her tiny body. It's a Sancta man, leaning feebly on the ground. His tail and wings have shattered, the pieces still trembling and flickering, like dying fireflies. He just needs some ibuprofen or something like that. Sancta does not speak, it is so he has fallen into a deep slumber. Who are you? Are you here to take us away? The girl is all tensed up. Ermengarde bends down and puts her hands on her knees, doing her best to show that she intends no harm, even making her energized tail friendly. Aw. I mean no harm, young lady. I sent other Sarkas away. Did you hear that? Maybe I can help you. Help him. Angara closes the door behind her, shutting out any prying eyes. She adjusts her head. Invisible threads reach out into an unknowable dimension. Okay, here is the first aid kit. Master? All that red tape and long-winded tomes in the spires made me sick. But I should thank the twin sheep for the hospitality, compared to what I have to deal with now. Every policy has to be communicated verbally. You have to explain things over and over again. Man, yeah, it sounds like Castle is the kind of country that still has meetings, even if it could be an email. When are we going to implement basic education for government employees? This is urgent. Go ahead. With the furnace note, point to sanctus with broken halos. One of them doesn't look right at all. Bring them here. Try not to let anyone see you. We don't need a scene in the streets. I'll go wake visitor. Looks like it's time for a speaker to speak at an emergency meeting. So, God has abandoned the Sancta? The list is a long one. You're saying that all 43 Sancta stationed at spires across Zwillingstürme have abandoned their posts without permission, while they are still on sick leave. Yes, ewige Gnade. I've already left Lifanian soil, forcing their way to the checkpoint at the Erden-Herbe border. But how so quickly? Lifanian took in these Errari as an act of kindness, but they have chosen desertion without any warning. Not entirely. The night watch of the Reichsmusikhochschule witnessed the Sancta scholar leaving, and noted that his halo and wings were shattered, as if there was a serious accident. Fallen. The symptoms do not align exactly. How do you think this should be dealt with? Are you asking for my opinion? Yeah, you've earned it. Of course I am. You are the mouth of the Auster of 40, Michael Wolfgang. You are the only one who can speak with a voice in this realm besides me. Well, we've grown in the past 3 years, both physically and mentally. Man, we do need another Lifanian side story to get her back. And to get more Lifanian operators, but that is more selfish. Hildegard has taught you well. Must commend you for making the report that you just did. You have, in effect, admitted that you have access to certain exceptional channels. The Sanctus of Lifanian have fallen deserted en masse. This is a serious matter. You're the only one capable of dealing with it, ewige Gnade. I know that you, the Officer boy, and even the Gräfchen are doing a few things under the surface. As a reward, I'm willing to turn a blind eye to that. Now, back to the topic at hand. Wonder what they are planning. Maybe they do plan to get her back. The border guard reports that they seem to be headed for La Tavano. It's likely that a lot of courier is involved. So we sent the Empress's voice to confront the courier. 1 year ago, after das Kaiserinnenfest, when Callista the 11th communicated to me that he wishes to work hand in hand with Lifanian. Anomalous circumstances with the Sanctus may indicate that the calamity the Pope had feared, so much that he would seek our help, has come at last. Issue an edict at the name of Eternal Grace and Austria authority. Some of the best casters and scholars among all the spires. Hey, I mean, there's gonna be good research too. Calamity will spare no corner of this great land. Must hasten our studies into the secret retrieved from the chaos. Yes, your majesty. I will arrange for it at once. Perhaps not entirely at once. What I mean is, I will instruct the Empress's voice to... Eventide is beautiful tonight, Mikhail. Stay and enjoy it with me. The wound in the sky is sealed. She would have appreciated this too, would she not? Aw, she kinda misses her sister, no? I mean, understandable. east of La Unidad, La Tavano, holy city of white. The guns there shoot fireworks, the target's all apples. Is that why Axel likes apple pie? When we pray sincere, he gives us bread. When we seek salvation, he sets us free. Sing, sing until you are asleep. The good in your dreams is kinder than Tavanos. The god in your dreams is kinder than Tavanos. Man, I forgot that they were even brought up. Didn't need to go this far on the Night Watch, Avela. Yeah, get lost. This is the Mignon border. Those Singers nobles won't go any further. You're safe. Abbey is no more. We go our separate ways. 10 years ago, you came to my abbey, protected my plate from those nobles without a word. Now you're leaving without a word. You preach your teachings. I protected the kids in exchange for a new roof over my head. That's all. Don't think too much of yourself. You can't leave, Aurela. I'm not asking. Our destination is the same. We'll go with you to La Tavano. When did I say I was bringing you with me? We've been together for 10 years. It's a long time for a Kukulkan. Maybe I don't trust La Tavano that much, but I do trust you. Aw, no kiss. La Tavano stripped you of citizenship, and you cursed the city many times while sang the hymns. Look at yourself. After all these years in Bolivar, I still won't take off the gun knight's armor. Even though you've fallen, lost the ability to wield a pattern firearm. Okay, yeah, see. Okay. So yeah, how do they? I guess they opened up to the non-sanctus because they can give everyone a halo. Makes sense, but so yeah, the halo was it was Orza's law, it was actually a physical thing. I remembered right. Yippee! Somehow got your hands on this Black Steel gun, which means you never... Shut up. The fallen angel suddenly raises a gun, the muzzle almost reaching the Kukulkan's lips. If you trust me, you should remember that I've told you many times the Holy City is not so friendly, kind, or tolerant as you imagine. Half the people who followed you from the Abbey are not Sancta. Luckily they have new policies or something. There are plenty of places you can go after leaving Bolivar. Perhaps what you follow is not a true Lateran faith, but it's what kept a modicum of order in our lives amidst the chaos of Bolivar. There's no way I can convince others to go somewhere else. I want to make the pilgrimage. How can I convince myself? La Tavano is part of us now after these long years. Man. I mean, I guess what faith does to a motherfucker. I've gotta be kidding. Think of the Sanctas in the Abbey. They've never known La Tavano, only the trauma of the fall. Only by returning to La Tavano will they know what happened. Only then will the fear be driven out. Only then can their sickness be cured. Let us walk together for a little while longer, Aurela. I'm not going back to La Tavano because I miss home. 10 years ago, an old man said something like this to me, the Nut Abbey. He was the one who exiled me in the name of La Tavano, because of some silly mistake. He wanted to hear me repent, hear me pray. He said, there was a chance I could go back if I truly sincerely repented for my sins. And you did. Kinda now at this point, right? You refused? I sure did. Something seems to have gone really wrong in the Holy City. I'm going to seize the sense for revenge. Yoda steps forward and presses her face against the cold gun barrel. We won't stop you. We just need a guide. Someone who knows the way. Someone like you. The hymns begin to die down, replaced by the sound of children crying out. Radia lets out a laugh and puts away her gun. I remember that enemy. And it's another banger. I guess this explains all the fucking animals with halos. I guess I didn't really question it during the event. The Shrine of Nurtury smears its colors on surrounding buildings, opening numerous portals through which strange creatures of halos emerge one by one, falling to the ground. Huh. Did those things get the blessing of Laterano too? Wasn't just the baby Arbor Beast? That is a happy man. They crawl on the ground, backing their heads fiercely, still trying to adjust to the halos. Bellow in a low rhythmic voice, as if trying to gather and wear. But since they all have empathy, doesn't it mean it should be peaceful though? Can they not communicate with them? Oh, that's one ugly chaotic voice of the heart. Everyone in the Holy City has fallen into a sort of mass hallucination of an unknown source. Does this scene before us mean that the boundary between reality and falsehood is being blurred? That Laterano is being invaded by a material threat? It's even more incomprehensible than what we experienced in the pavilion. One of them has noticed us, Feedy. Playing. Noisy Maid seems to have disrupted the ritual. Okay, but what are they actually then? A enlightened creature turns toward Federico and Arturia, perhaps because it missed part of the prayer. Its halo flashes and exploded height seems to call light and life, approaching the duo at high speed. Federico raises his gun, but the halo-adorned creature pays no heed, not even stopping his prayer. Fall back. The nature of these creatures is yet unknown. Must not be surrounded. I thought you would shoot without hesitation. Well, we don't really know what we're shooting, right? Are these creatures our kin, Fady? Are you in violation of the law if you shoot? Is that a joke or simply an ill-timed curiosity? The pattern firearm is lost, and I can neutralize these creatures without discharging mine. We will determine whether they should be considered our kindred, but not now. Perhaps there's someone who can answer our questions? Pope Evangelist of the 11th. You should have a direct line or something, right? You're important. FedEx, move. You know, really was a slow intro, but now this is starting to be a banging event. Probably gonna do like one or two more, basically, and then we end it. Tomorrow I will do like an early stream, hopefully. That is more than... This is a snake bird. Pigeon thing. Just a sound. Do not fear, child. Hard work. You too, Nurturer. Thank you for your work. I simply did what I could. The child is still weak. Take him back to his mother and then we'll come and find you. You seem unwell, Mattiak. Should I escort you to your apartments? I'm fine. The heartbeat continues to echo within me. Not just the mother. I can hear countless hearts resonating so powerful it seems they could bring down the shrine. The people have begun to link with one another, irrespective of race or background, but some have rejected the future we revealed. Activity has come to an end. Our kindred need to stay here. We should prepare for the next stage. Understood. You should retire. We'll take care of the rest. Once again, welcome to the Shrine of Nurtury. Whether you understood the Mattiak's proposal at the summit, regardless of what you think of it, the birth and enlightenment of this Arbor Beast is undoubtedly a clear revelation on how to remove the barriers between nations and races, and how to resolve hatred and build lasting peace, and facing the calamity that hangs over our heads together. Beginning with the Nativity, the second Summit of Nations now enters a new stage. Aterana will share our halo with all races. That's funky. May our Lord share the blessings with all. Can people say actually no to the halo? Fiammetta, Mostima, over here! Lemuel? When did you come back? Why didn't you tell us? Nice outfit, huh? Including those handcuffs. Ah, that's not that important. I wanted to surprise you. Scratch his head. What happened, Lemon? It's a long story. I could buy you 2 minutes if you want to make a break for it. Sure. On second thought, maybe next time. I've caused enough trouble for my sister already. But I interrupt every union. Well, if... Can you take the suspect to the 7th Tribunal on your own, Cardinal Lemon? Or do you need support? After all, attempted sabotage of the Shrine of Nurture and Summit of Nations is a serious charge. If you're concerned, you're free to come with us. I have a gun, I'd keep watch. Don't talk like that. After all, according to your conclave's cardinal aide, Amos's testimony, you picked up Lemuel's trail at another scene beforehand. You're saying I tried to cover for my sister. Well, not exactly. All the evidence is circumstantial, and there's nothing that proves you did anything wrong. But now I will blackmail you. We recall our previous conversation in the shrine. I admire your ability in resolve greatly, Lemon the Silent. But I also know when these virtues of yours are most prominently displayed. Besides, it's natural for us to be cautious when your sister's involved. I hope you understand. No need to worry, letting Elle run around with all these charges against her won't help her. Of course, I'm sure the misunderstanding can be resolved as long as Lemuel cooperates. One moment, Shimmering Vigil and Legatus Mostima. What? Please remain here at the Shrine of Nurture. Kyria has a mission for you. Yippee! Job offer. Keep Exu in prison. How hard could it be? They took Elle away? After all the effort it took for Manchester to get me off the hook. Come on, Rani, is there anything else you can do? Don't bother knocking, Anton. I have nothing to hide from you. The mother? Sleeping. I brought a child. His feathers are not yet grown in, but he's surprisingly lively. It's the strongest bird and beast to ever exist. I thought perhaps you might want to pet him again. Thank you. It is comforting to me. This place. Remember, we built it to house the mother when we came to Latavano. Became the first nursery of the shrine. I remember, we made a simple yet warm bed together, hung the comfort bells that gave her restful sleep. The room is no longer in use, but I come back from time to time, if only for prayer. This was our starting point, yours and mine. Me. Sense that he likes this place too. His halo is so bright. Notices the moment you brought him here. It is a miracle that you have long believed in. I don't understand. What brought on the premonitions of the miracle when you first encountered the mother? I had no premonitions, Anton. I only saw your struggling heart. She was in her last legs, and what she needed was not healing, but her last rites. Yet you wanted to save her. I mean, you know, always worth a try. He would not allow the idea to be dispelled by common sense. I believed that this thought, which he protected so dearly, would create a miracle of life. Life is a wonderful thing, what can never be measured by the confines of common sense. No one would want to save your Matwerk. Therefore, one can create miracles. Miracles are so because people do not believe in the power of faith. Is it the halo that gives Sancta faith? A faith that gives Sancta the halo? Have you ever pondered it? I feel like having an actual manifestation of your religion over your head helps a lot with being faithful, yes? Or lore, empathy and firearms, in the paradise that we built atop them. Did they all advise on a blessing for the cause, as common sense would indicate? I don't know. Past has its beginnings, as does the future. The Shrine of Nurtury, towering edifice, was not built in a day. It began as a simple, ordinary nursery. Our nursery. Did we start with the blueprints of such an imposing shrine? No, we merely wished for a safe, comfortable room for that matter. And yet, it is fancied evolution led to what it is now. That is how a future where all saved can sprout from our faith. Matwerk, I followed you because I had long searched for such a future, and you happened to know the way. But I never thought, nor could I comprehend why you believed it could begin with me. What I'm able to do is ultimately insignificant. Insignificant trifles and grandiose feasts are but a hair's breadth from one another. You have labored for many years over this grueling journey of yours. You should not let such a meaningless difference stay your steps. I will need you to lift your spirits, for aside from caring for this mother and child, there are more deeds that must be done, just as the next nativity, the next. What would be the next? I guess was it only for the ones that are ready? How does it work actually? Why do they need a next one? You're early. Already packed. You can just stick the seals on top so I can go back to bed. Patterson? I thought you were him. I was told the last part of the handover would be handled by the Notorial Hall. Why did his son gun knights? I was assuming nothing had been tampered with. What are you talking about? Both the storage room and the equipment show signs of recent use. Father Late Amos must have made it clear when he last came here. All gunsmithing operations were to cease immediately upon signing the papers. Any unauthorized work on pattern firearms or explosives would be a violation of law. Well, how did they even prove that? I've had this little workshop for decades. I couldn't let it go so easily. Just want to hear these old boys move again one last time and shed some tears over it. Is that so wrong? Well, I say as much. Apprentice Vanini, the one you took with you from the Shrine of Nurtury. Where is she? Must have gone back to watch the nativity. She's not a kid anymore. Besides, I don't see so well. Can't keep an eye on her all the time. In that case, let us continue this conversation somewhere else. At least she will not be under arrest. What if I don't want to? Well, you is the kind of thing you cannot say no to. Do not wish to resort to force unless absolutely necessary. It was Patterson who sent you here, wasn't it? Come with me. Sister Hildegard, Reverend Gun Knight? Is she not at the monastery? Yes, but she just had an accident. She's resting now. What? It's hard to explain. A mobile confessional suddenly showed up at the monastery yesterday. So Hildegard was lying inside, unconscious. There was no one else. Someone had set the confessional's navigation system to bring her here. We're not sure what happened to her. Perhaps we can have her report to you once she wakes up. This is urgent. Bring me to her. But... It's alright, Sister Sharon. Hildegard, you awake? The porridge. I'm fine, just a little dizzy. I had the porridge on the table. I'm coughing because some of it went down the wrong pipe. Reverend Gun Knight, you came for Arturia, didn't you? Yes, it's true that Arturia left Land Monastery without permission. But I went after her as soon as I found out. They caught her, but something unexpected happened. Please give Land Monastery a little more time. No, give me a little more time. Would like you to come with us, Sister Hildegard. Well, alright. Would be best if you came too, sister. Me? Mr. Charon doesn't have anything to do with us. I was the one in charge of supervising Arturia. This is my fault. No need to worry, Sister Hildegard. For a major incident like this, the courier needs as much information as we can get. Now, follow me, please. I did. At one hand it is 10, at other hand I did start late. We can do like one more, right? One more. Confess. Let's confess our sins. Okay, that is... Why is that old Nexus skin? It's the greatest graduation ceremony in the history of St. Theodore's Comprehensive School. No, the greatest ever held in the entire history of Lateran education. We do actually get background lore, huh? 17 giant fireworks burst up into the air as the 17-year-old Aratia Sancta strums her strings wildly, opening her solo concert. Sound echoes through the campus, battling the windows of nearby school buildings. The pews near the stage, statues and pool. Apple pies of all kinds lie everywhere as gifts for her audience. But the entire square is empty as the red-haired Sancta plays her guitar and stings, with no teachers or students to cheer her on. It's no rare sight to see a student planning her own graduation ceremony in Laterano, but she's not even at the age to do so. She fails to get her permission to graduate early, if she has already completed her preparatory courses for university. Like that's bullshit then. But what a sin to complete them without a ceremonial flair. Students open their classroom windows and watch from afar as the red-haired Sancta strums and sings without a care, until her final number. Then they witness an unforgettable sight. Getting carried away by a confession booth. The red-haired Sancta plays the last notes, bows and thanks the air. The school gates then burst open as more than 100 automated confessionals flood into the campus. Where the audience should have been are now confessionals with the doors open. All the mobile electronic confessors joining the red-haired Sancta's performance with the volume set to maximum. Did she hack them? Neither the one's largest chore nor its noisiest heavy metal band could rouse such a racket. Finally, Pontifical chorus rushed to restore order on campus. As it appears that the confessionals return to their roots, however the instigator has long vanished from the scene, leaving only a single banner, unfolding as the last firework goes off. Let's send Lamel off on her next adventure with a bang. Lamel stops over at the Lateran port. So there is a Saint statue here too. Weird how I never noticed before. They're actually pretty nice to look at. This is her first time leaving Laterano for a place without Helos, No search for people and answers. She suddenly thinks for no particular reason of how she might not return for a long, long time. Didn't think they'd actually let you interrogate me, sis. Only because the previous 7 cardinals got nothing out of you. Aw. Come on, let me open this. Why is this thing wrapped so tight? Oh, a mini fuel fruit tart? Man, she's bribing you. The 7th tribunal is sure nice to suspects. Come on, I made it myself. There's also this. Take it. What's that now? Your diploma. Yippee! After I awakened, the head of San Theodos, who was also mentoring me at the time, came to see me and asked me to keep it for you. The application to graduate was rejected. But the ceremony you put together did indeed prove your skills. After all, how could you get that many confessions to perform with you if you aren't really familiar with their programming and the Intercity Net's defense patterns? So the school consulted the courier, granted you a diploma in the end. Congratulations, Sal, even if it's a few years late. Thanks, sis. I'm sure my letters found their way to you? Yeah. Nora made a bet with Mama and Tata. Said you'd major in Intercity Net security become expert in the Noctorial Hall. Well, instead, she is now a courier. I thought you'd never waste your creative mind like that. I assured you'd major in faith assistive engineering, sign a new mobile confessional that shocked the city. Imagine more guns. Then you left Ottavano just like that. Let me be clear, sis, I don't regret it one bit. No, I'm not the type, even less the type to let anyone hold any regrets for me. Which is why you rushed all your preparatory courses and through that wild graduation ceremony, right? Hehe. I peppered most of them with questions about you. You work in Langman, your boss, your co-workers. I know you went to Syracuse, to Sargon, and many more places besides. Aw, at least you looked over her, kinda. Deal with all sorts of people every day. Gangs, cops, Permigelli, Lord Samir. You're always on the move. Why does my life sound so different after going to a Mostima filter? I did live a nice life after leaving Ottavano. Wasn't sad or anything. I mean, you were still bedridden then. Didn't know how you got hurt if you'd ever wake up. And Mostima refused to say a word. Had to know what the heck happened. And my sister, you know? But that woman, bless her heart, kept avoiding me. You got a whole load of nothing from her. Don't blame Mostima. Yeah, I made her a promise or something. You know, sis? I've been through a lot in these past 3 years. There's some stuff I would have never thought about if I stayed here. In Langman, Mostima was the only sancta around, but she lost her empathy. Texas, Sora, Kosor, Beeson, and the boss. At first I made friends with them the same way I did here. We're all besties now, but without empathy, sometimes I can't help but worry about silly little things. Man. I've been trying hard to overcome that. Every time I do, our ties become a little stronger. But here, things are different. Like right now. Don't even have to think anything to know you want to go somewhere else to give me a big proper hug. Aww. What kind of collective has empathy turned us into? Does it make us more or less sensitive to others? I guess in a sense, it does make you kinda unable to actually catch like the more subtle cues, right? Does it make us so insensitive that it's easy to accept totally outrageous change? Does this have something to do with everything you've done since you came back? Ottavano's 6, sis, just like you were back then. You gotta wake it up. You need to give me more than that. There's Pontifical Chorus guards went wide behind these doors, right? I heard them when I came into the room. Let me guess, are you going to say this is your last chance, or something like that? If you insist on refusing to explain why you disrupted the Summit of Nations and reveal the forces backing you, the 7th Tribunal will have to hand you over to someone else. I don't know what kind of punishment you'll face, Advance seems to has never applied to those who violate the law, especially these days. Come on, apple pie with mayonnaise! Okay, I don't think that will work here. What? Well, I guess she has an exit plan. What's going on? Was it an explosion downstairs? A terror attack? And they're interrogating the terrorist and suspect upstairs right now. Why also dare to attack the 7th Tribunal? Automated confessional Akaro 1 in position. I guess Exo has hacked all the confessionals again. A mobile confessional? Fire. Yeah, what's going on? We'll let that in here. I did not realize this one's malfunctioning. But just a mobile confessional, buddy. Yeah, who thought it'd be a good idea to put so many guns on the confessional? You tell me. Alert. A mobile confessional is attacking us, attempting to rescue the suspect level. Calling all combat units. We need backup. I repeat. Again. Now the left staircase. Blow it up and then slow them down for a little longer. You read me, Al. I'm here to save you. Bunny? Ah, sick idea. And I expect you to find out the secret of this confessional and use it to help me out. It's nothing. It took me so long to finally realize there's something unusual with its plate number. I noticed it when you stopped it before, but I didn't think too much. My confessional started with LC for a Tavana automated mobile confessional, but this one started with ELC. She practically scanned the entire city, stopping confessionals one by one until I noticed her. Alright, Axis. Pontifical Core's reinforcements will be here soon. The Nurture League guards are also on the move. We need to get out now. Coming right up! The guards respond quickly, constructing an emergency passage upstairs, assembling to face the chaos. Exo breaks the door as the confessional speeds up towards her. Plugging bullets from the Pontifical cohorts, she hops onto the vehicle and steadies herself as the confessional wobbles wildly from her landing. The Sanctus wet hair flutters between the bullets and gun smoke. Confessor, wait, you've been exposed, so you can go back to normal, right? Leader, Savior, Doctor. You are so awesome. I did not expect that. The 6 guns on the front out of whack. Do what you do best. But I need to switch out the bullets for non-lethal ones. Yippee. Gotcha! Talk about perfect timing. Some have confiscated my guns. In the new escape route. Then, through the windows we go. The noisier the better. With our attention, make it easier for Vani to slip away. You won't fall apart, will you? I'll take the wheel, you handle our tail. Got it. Pilot's about to begin, so let's show them what a perfect pair can do. You don't know how Exercise manages to wield so many guns at once to suppress all the Pontifical Core's guardsmen with a hail of bullets. You're also unsure if falling from a window this high will pose a problem back in reality. All you do is take her and zoom to the sky. Divine Judgment! Rock and roll! Garage? Apple? Never mind. Not the best place for that. Phew, I'm beat. Finally shook off the stragglers. That was tight. And so ended the evac so fast. Sure enough, you took it to the roofs, Al. How is the Contrarian? Ever since you were little. Sis? What's of the confessional and that girl? Oh, just good friends of mine. Is that all this law-breaking is about waking the Tavano up? We're never the type to talk theory or explain something real fancy rhetoric. By wake the Tavano up, you mean to rouse everyone in the city awake? It's complicated. Look at me, Al. Yeah? Separated by roof ridges, Levin looks at her sister. As long as unbearable pride. She'd look at me. It's only that Exo does not even blink before complying. For a long time, Lemon actually stands unspeaking. Silence links the two. Go. You're letting me walk away? You only just created the Cardinal of the 7th Tribunal. Find out you let the prime suspect go. You're as good as defogged, aren't you? Remember when the gunsmith had me pick a serial number for my Guardian gun? Of course I remember. Didn't even mull it over. You just went straight for the date Mama and Tata brought you home. Hurt myself then. Protect you and them forever. Hey, sis, aren't you afraid they'll say you're covering for me? Don't get it, And choosing whom or what to protect, trust comes first. Aw, actually good sisters. The time we spent together, the empathy and understanding between us. That's why I trust my sister. I trust that she's making the right call. The way I see it, I'm not covering for you just because you're my sister. In fact, there's plenty other reasons for me to do this. Why don't you come with me, sis? Oh. The doubts, I've been having them too. Maybe there are some things I can still do in my position. I think it's this way. Yeah, we followed them all the way here. Weird. They just vanished. They're so fast. The confessional engines have that power. There are too many fogs here. Plus, them will split ways on the confessional. Contact the control hall and request executor support. Also, have them scan all mobile confessionals on the Intercity net to see if they can find one designated ELC-001. Yeah, it's kind of very obvious, Watcher. Look up at. Let's go, monster. You finally managed to catch up to you after clearing out your escape route. I won't let Eleven tear you apart. Thanks for the hard work. No, I have to commend your sharp senses. I figured out that Havana was facing a calamity based on just a few Sanctum operators' peculiar reports. I guess it makes sense that, yeah, Westside would notice this. Might have been too late had we waited any longer to make our move. It's only been a few months since everything happened at Woods Island. Amiya's contacting our plans office operators. But you didn't take more than a second to decide to come with me. You're welcome, though. It used to always be. Alright, Dr. Liver, what's next? We're hiding for so long, but now our efforts have gone to waste. Need to make sure Exo can move unhindered. Ooh, the strange ritual's over. People were already woken from the dream. They did? I guess... FedEx did, so that too I'm sure the machines are already reacting. The current nursery are speeding things up in their respective ends. Does it still want everyone to finish their dreams to complete its experiment? I can't use any of my skills here. The comms control turned you into this. You've cut down your engine power too. You move pretty slow now. I'm glad you're here, monster. Well, I couldn't find anything else to track you around either, so... Hey. Doctor? Open your door. There's a couple of donuts in there. No, I have to refill my energy. What? Okay. That is a picture. Running wildly, brandishing claws. Are you holding on? I'm fine, it's just like how you used to carry me around. Now it's not the time for jokes, Doctor. It's just like it, I mean, look at it. Shrine of Nurture incubated these monsters to fail us in the dream. But how did they get them to invade reality? Notice the strange colors around us? Well, sharp eyes to notice all these little details while I'm tracking you at high speed. But you have excellent dynamic visual acuity. They're catching up. Alright, hold on tight, man, I love monster. Gah. So what strange stuff were you talking about anyway? It's not a team collapsing that's affecting reality. So the chaos one wasn't caused by the machine going haywire. It's the opposite. It dragged everyone into this collective dream so it could maximize its synchronization efficiency. Output a pre-programmed result. Which it could do if it was running at full power. Doctor, you have to know. What it ultimately wants Laterano to become. Monster, have you found a connection point yet? I've tried various methods ever since we came to Laterano for lead in hand and entered the dream, but... Machine's operating logic is too unique. I need more time. Very exposed in both real and in reality, Doctor. The city is rejecting us like a virus. Well, you got this. You got this, probably. So our current priority is to stay alive. Current is already here, you're certain. But there's no time to express any regret as you and Monster rush to illusion reality fleeing. I'm looking for a lead on the trail of your fate. The subtle arana has been perilous, yet the bumpy ride somehow helps you shelve some of your concerns. Unconsciously, you've already entrusted your life to her. To Monster. I mean, she has always had my back. Thank you, Monster. What? Is that... I thought I was seeing things. Shall we go greet our mutual friend? Keep moving, Arturia. I'm not worried about the doctor. I'm worried. But it's not my top priority at the moment. It is the first time I've seen that woman who took the doctor away, but her appearance and combat style are familiar to me. With her, the doctor's not in immediate danger. Also, the doctor has torn away many of the monsters and created an opportunity for us to escape. We should leave at once and locate the Pope. Lady, I'll help you add what you just said into your mission report for its island. I will write it myself. Well, I think that is a good spot to end it though. Thanks for watching. Like tomorrow in the afternoon I hopefully will stream more. See you maybe then. Bye bye.